And we're live.
Well, take it away, VZ.
So
Get it off your
Weezy,
chest.
what exactly do you think about scalpers?
Scalpers are the bottom of the fucking barrel scumfucks that deserve to be in the desert with no water since YouTube decided to delete my comment every single fucking time that I said it. Fucking YouTube. I fucking hate scalpers. Okay, look. I have hated scalpers as long as they've been fucking scalping consoles. Because, I'm sorry, if you're trying to take advantage of people, especially like around the holidays, and you know that people are trying to get shit for their kids and whatnot, and you're marking up 500%, 1,000%, and then, of course, COVID hit, nobody has any fucking money to buy consoles, so what do? They go after the collectors that they know will spend the money, and here we are, fucking several, I think somebody said there was 220,000 active users when the UK release went live. 220,000. And I bet you half of those were bots. If not more.
Like more than half. Sounds like more than half.
It's fucking insane. And I'm hoping now that the fucking Siege of Terror shit is over, unless they announce Volume 4.
Oh, you saw what's coming next week, right?
Oh, the Dark Angels box?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck off. I ain't going for any of that shit anymore. I know of so many people that are talking about selling their entire collections now because they're so pissed off.
I know of at least one that said, fuck that. They have all but the last one, just like you. And they're like, fuck that. I'm just going to sell. I'll just go buy fucking paper copies or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, people like me that have Volume 1 and 2, and now I'm going to have to pay $300, $400, $500 just to get Volume 3 because GW is too fucking stupid to implement anti-botting shit.
Okay, question is, are you going to?
Am I going to sell it?
No, are you going to buy it? Because I know you, I could tell you were like, I know I can, but
I'll give it a year. I'll make these motherfuckers sit on their shit for a year before I'm even considering paying any sort of money for it. But you know what's going to happen, right? Is all these people are going to spend the $400 or $500 asking price.
Yeah. And
then there's going to be a few copies left, and they know they're going to be able to charge that because there's nothing left.
No argument there.
And, you know, no matter how many YouTubers sit there and go, hey, this is a problem, no matter how many emails you send saying, hey, this is a problem, they just ignore it. Why? Because they're still getting their money. They don't give a shit about the consumer.
No, they do not.
So I think Monday, I think I still have the contact info for North America's customer service manager for GW.
Oh, that'll be it.
I'm going to call her. I'm going to be like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, but you know you're going to get a party line. You're just going to get we're looking into it. We're very sorry that happened, and eat a dick.
Yeah, probably. I mean, fortunately, she helped me when the same thing happened for the Lion release for Son of the Forest. She helped me get as much of my order as I could because they had oversold and they canceled my order. I was like, I made it through the queue. I did everything I was supposed to do. I gave you my money, and now you guys are just canceling orders without telling anybody. Like, why the fuck would I keep spending money with you?
Well, and again, instead of canceling it, why not say, okay, look, we're going to have to manufacture more. We're going to bump you back 3 months. What's wrong with that? Why would that not work?
It's that FOMO business model. Oh, there's only 2,500 copies. You got to get it. You have to. There's only 2,500.
And say, okay, we're going to refund 20% because it's not going to be signed. But the rest of it, they could manufacture as many as they want.
But then they go back on their word and they run into the same thing they did with the 3rd edition Space Hulk deal. Whereas this is never going to happen again, blah, blah, blah. People spent all the money. Scalper got a bunch of money, and then they turned around and redid the whole line.
Yep.
This is more than anything, and I know nobody gives a flying fuck what I'm doing, but this is literally part of the reason I don't want to get too involved in the model side of things, or any of the collector side of things. Because yeah, I would be as pissed, if not more so, than you guys.
I mean,
I've been a collector of things before. Never like a situation like this, though. Fuck.
But again, like, there's people that have the entire Siege series in limited.
Well, don't you?
I've got I have Volume 1, Volume 2, Echoes of Eternity, Garo, and I think one more in the limited. Because I didn't really give a shit about the beginning ones.
Sure.
So I was going on the ass end of it. But still, I ended up with Volume 1 and Volume 2, even though they had another shit show for both of those. But this was bad. Like, this is the worst I've seen it. Like, they bombarded the fucking queue. And they were bragging about it.
Well, you said they were literally on Twitter going, eat it. What are you going to do about it?
They were like, it's easy. Fuck off.
Well, it would help if not just GW, but Google also policed, I don't know, eBay and these resellers. And for example, deleted the account that sells multiple copies of items they do not have on hand.
It would be easy for GW to scrape multiple copies going to the same shipping address or using the same payment method. They're not going to do it.
Well, that would implement, I'm sorry to say this, a coding monkey to write some lines of code.
Damn, that
and
yeah, but then they'd have to spend money.
I'm trying to grow up to the level of Badger.
All right. So explain this to me, because I'm like a technology retard. Well, I'm a retard in a lot of things, but technology. What could GW do on their side without like canceling accounts or anything? Is there anything they could do on the initial sales side, not after the fact, but before the sale even happens? Like, literally, is it a queue system? Is it a sign-in system? Is it a code system? What could they do?
From what I understand, they're manipulating the back end. So before GW's redesigns, the bots were able to bypass that initial window for payment and go straight, from cart to checkout with no in between.
Okay.
And I would assume they figured out how to do that with the new system as well. One thing I noticed is that in the queue, because I jumped into the queue probably 30 minutes early on Sunday. And at the top in the URL, there's a keyword there for End in Death Volume 3. If you got keywords in your URL, it's real easy to tell a bot what to do.
Okay, so that was stupid on their part.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that... Again, I don't know, and some people have speculated, oh, well, this is an inside job, and maybe GW employees are getting kickbacks from these people, this, that, and the other. No, I just think that their web design is shit, and people are figuring it out to the point. And somebody else explained it in a different way, saying that because the queue went into effect probably an hour or hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours before the actual queue was supposed to kick in, is that they threw X a number of bots at the website until they figured out how they could trigger the queue, because it's based on load, right? So you hit them with a whole bunch of bots, boom, queue initializes. All right, now we know with this number of people, the queue is going to activate. Now we throw another wave of bots at it so that they're basically first in line in front of everybody. And then also with the bots, with the new store, all you have to do is sit there and you have to manually fill out your order info, manually fill out your address, manually fill out the shipping info, manually fill out your payment info. They don't have to do all that.
So do they even have a bot check on it? Like, hey, click here and
no,
add 2 + 2 or something? They don't have anything like that.
They have no sort of CAPTCHA system in place, which is fucking stupid.
They have no interest in actually taking care of the problem.
No, they would have. That would have been the first thing I did on a website redesign, but nope.
So $10 million, and yeah, okay. I won't say what I'm going to say.
Well, they have been migrating their site for a better part of a year or more, so it wasn't a smooth process, and it was in multiple financial reports that they are migrating, they switched providers, they are migrating. So I think in the end it's just a jumble of codes, and they are happy that, they are finished with it, they are not going to spend more money on it, and that will be all. they are going to do. So we have to get used to this wonderful website they are providing.
Oh yeah, and I mean, like I said before, this isn't. We've had this same issue both with the new website and the old website, right? And every single time it's come up that people like Luton and Valrak, all these bigger Warhammer tubers have complained and said, hey, this is a problem. You guys need to do something about it or you're going to piss off your customer base. And I think this was the last straw for some people. I mean, people are fucking pissed. I didn't get pissed. Like, it didn't bother me that I missed out on it. When I knew that I got through the queue, again, on 10 virtual machines plus my own actual IP, one of them made it through 10 minutes after release, and people were saying it was sold out before it even went live. Like, people in store, they had enough time to get maybe one copy in the cart, and then they couldn't get any other copies.
Really sucks for people, in my opinion, because they have put all this time and effort and money, specifically money, into getting these particular collector's editions. And while I did not buy any of them for this very reason, because I knew that there was going to be a break somewhere, I wouldn't be able to, get in there. I mean, completely avoidable tragedy.
Yeah, they have no interest in fixing it, or they would have done it already. It's if it were me, from a customer service standpoint, if I knew I had pissed off, my customer base, you doing shit like this, I would scrap the whole release. I'd cancel every single fucking order, figure out the bot problem, nuke all these people by IP or whatever it takes to keep them from purchasing again, and then redo it, re-release it.
I don't think they give a shit.
Just look back what happened with the Curse City release. There was the initial sale, and then the Chinese manufacturer was holding, I think, the molds hostage or something like that. And they dropped the product and did not talk about it and deleted every comment that mentioned it. They're not interested in a workable solution. They're interested in the money on the short.
Yeah. There's people complaining on the Black Library Facebook group, like the official Black Library Facebook group.
About... It has been nuked, right? And they migrated everything into the Warhammer tag. So
yeah, they're deleting comments of people that are pointing out the issue.
Yes, but this is the problem with this staggered release, that they are not bringing out these special editions together in one go, but when the book releases, they release the special edition as well.
Yeah.
Because if they would release, I don't know, how many books now? Sorry, 10 or so books from the Siege of Terra in all leather-bound fancy edition together for, I don't know, 500 to 500, 700 bucks. There would be demand for it. They would sell it, but they couldn't milk it for the whole life of the series. That's why I'm against these release strategy, that they release the special edition and the regular edition together, and you can't judge the book before you buy it, and you don't know if it's worth buying the special edition and paying extra for it. And on the other hand, if it's a multi-part series, you don't know if you could finish the set.
Well, even if they went to some sort of like print on demand system with these, I think it would go a lot smoother. Look, I would pay for it even if it didn't have the author's fucking signature in it, which is what everybody's fucking scrambling for at this point.
That was my thought. It's like, they can't print on demand? Bullshit. Of course they can.
Yeah.
I mean, they are bringing out the Gaunt books on demand. You order it, you pay for it, and you get it in 180 or so days. It works.
So I was curious because I'm seeing more of the normal hardcovers pop up on eBay. It already sold out on their website.
It fucking
So,
sold out.
35.
That's the standard cover one.
Yeah.
With no signature or anything.
Yeah, regular hardcover. $35. And there's already multiple copies of it on eBay for 100, 120.
Well, I'm going. Good thing I wasn't going to order it right away. I was like, okay, maybe since it has a 2-week pre-order period, I'm going to order it maybe in the middle of next week. No, I'm not going to. It's gone.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is about why they fucking hate their black I don't know why they hate their Black Library customers so fucking much. Like, even in stores, I was talking to the store manager for my local game store, and I was like, hey, back in the day, when I first came into the hobby, you could walk in there, and there would be hardcovers fucking everywhere, right? Now, you go in, he maybe has, like, they'll send him one, maybe two, for one of the busiest stores in fucking Houston.
It's interesting. It shows me on the European side, that it's available for pre-order.
Now, the thing I find interesting is I don't think they think the books are worth it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't see how. There's a huge resale market for these fucking things. Hell, even half-price books in the U.S.
The resale market thrives because it's a boutique item. It's not that much because yes, within the community, it's a sought after item, but outside of it, it's not really that in demand.
I don't know. I would say otherwise. I would say there's a huge number of book collectors. You know, I know.
I think,
outside the hobby, you got book collectors who buy like collector's editions of books from like cultural touchstones, which 40K is. So they may never read them, but yeah, that's a market out there.
Yeah, and
how big a market? That's always going to be the question they ask. Okay, how much can we gouge out of this market?
Well, I mean, they have to know. Look at the success from just the Siege of Terra shit. I mean, they were getting bombarded so much that they had to fucking redo the website. Like,
I mean, so let's be honest. As you said, the markup, the collector's edition costs no more than the regular edition. The amount of material that goes into the special cover or anything like that is minimal, pennies in comparison. So, you know, it's like, and the author's signature, I don't think that again, unless it's a FOMO thing, that is definitely a boutique thing. The authorship, who cares? But yeah, they I don't think it's they hate. I think it's an apathy thing. It's just we don't care. Plastic crack is where it's at. And Badger and I were talking about this not too long ago about the future, and then I've seen other people talk about the future of GW, and as we've even talked about 3D printing. You know, they're burying their head in the sand and saying that's not really a thing anymore. But
bullshit.
Yeah, I know. But 10 years from now, I don't think we'll recognize this hobby. So,
yeah,
I think it's a very real possibility that these companies are not going to sell physical items, but STL flies that you can modify to your liking and then print.
Well, this was my conspiracy theory. One of my other ones. I know I have so many. That
what are you, a conspiracy theorist?
Actually, what I am is Alex Jones. I'm a bit of a retard.
Not again.
Alex Jones, you retard.
Not again.
Hey, Alex, they are making the frogs gay, right?
Look, they don't want you to know this, but the figures in the pond are free. I've got 553 figures at home. You just take
They're
them.
the best figures. There's no figures like them. I mean, it's what it is.
That dude literally had a painting stream. I bought the Alex Jones game and streamed it while he was painting, and people were watching him paint and me play the Alex Jones video game.
That was the scariest Trump impression I've heard in a while.
It's pretty good, though. It's pretty good.
It's very good.
No, I wonder. Okay, so I wonder if GW is looking at things like D&D Beyond, which is, of course, now officially part of Wizards of the Coast. What if their idea is to take 40K digital tabletop? So when you buy an army, because let's be honest, a lot of the younger generations probably aren't as interested in model building and painting, but they want the army. So you buy an army, you get a digital fucking figure and a code or something. So when you assemble your army, it'll go, okay, you bought all these, click. You want to build this, and here's a suggested army list, and then it puts you on a digital battlefield, and you guys fight it. Kind of like, the tabletop, the program, what's it called? Virtual tabletop.
Battle Scribe or something like that.
Or yeah, battle sector in battle sector, but in real life, in official, I guess you could say. And they'll sell the books digitally, and they'll sell the figures for, they can mark up whatever they want on pixels, and they don't have to worry about ever selling plastic crack again.
Tabletop simulator.
Yeah, tabletop simulator.
Yeah.
That's what I was going. So that or battle, and it'll be on something like that, but it'll look like maybe battle sector, only better. I don't know what would ever. And then they could almost close the stores at that point, because my understanding is they hate the stores.
Yeah, all the stores are a money sink, so
yeah,
but that would require them having, capable computer engineers, programmers, graphic designers, and such.
Well, they just get the same people that did the website.
Yes, that would be really fine. And if you remember, go ahead.
Oh, what they're going to do is they're going to do the same thing Wizards of the Coast did with Arena, and get a good team, hire a good team to actually develop the damn code and implement it. And then all their support, they just, I think they're going through like a third party from Sri Lanka right now. And Arena is just ass.
Yeah, it is. I've watched it. It's pretty ass, yeah.
Yeah, well, and just remember that the majority of the Warhammer 40K games that are third party are not that good, and they are always in this DLC business model, missing things that you need to buy later and such. And
they're taking notes from EA.
Yes, and I see a possibility that like any storefront, they are going to put in the terms and conditions that you are not owning the games, or the items you paid for, you are just renting them, and they reserve the right to remove them from your inventory anytime they like.
Oh, and think about this. With this digital game format, they can control everything about the game.
Yes.
Yep.
They can.
And if you don't comply, they just come to your house like 9 in Mar-a-Lago and raid all of your Warhammer stuff.
They just
really unfortunate. These people are evil.
They'll make you Warhammer from orbit. Actually, the elites, they'll come right to your house and they'll erase your hard drive. I'm telling you. Poor Wheezy's sitting there rubbing his head already, man. We're 20 minutes in. He's
God damn it.
Getting a fucking migraine.
I don't know. After this last weekend, it's like, all right, what's next? This is gonna if this is gonna be the future of what's happening for every major release now with them, people are just gonna stop. Like, there's no. It used to be that people would get excited for new releases. Now it's like, all right, how much of a clusterfuck is this going to be when I try and purchase this?
Man, you sound like you work for the government.
I do.
Well, every one of the new releases will be a bigger and bigger and bigger clusterfuck. It's a certainty, I think, at this point.
Well, you saw them getting fucking reamed on their latest community post saying, "Oh, the Dark Angels box is coming," and everybody's like, "All right, cool. The scalpers can have them."
I think that's going to be the only way that this stops because, I mean, while I would love to agree with you, Wheezy, and what you just said, I don't see it. I mean, I've been, as you know, in this hobby forever, and I've watched this continue and continue. And the problem we have is every generation that gets into this hobby, you know, like most of us probably at some point, we're irresponsible with their money. They don't care. We're all just the old idiots that need to go away anyway. And GW's counting on that, you know, and they're able to make it happen. And then you've got the other guys that are like, oh, I'll buy this as an investment and then I'll sell it on eBay later for double, so on and so on. And again, the same people are going, oh man, I'd love to have that. And they are paying the price. I mean, when I missed out on that 3rd edition Space Hulk set because I was over in Afghanistan, I was like, God damn, I didn't even know it was coming out, didn't know anything about it. And then when I, got back and looked, it was $400 for a box. I bought one because that's how important it was to me. I bought 4 actually, but and then I bought 4 more. I bought 4 more when they re-released it when they said it was never coming back. And thankfully I got it, for $150, I think it was per box, so I had 8. But yeah, I mean, that's how important it was to me. Now, I'm not obviously a scalper turning that stuff around to try to sell it to people, but
he's a scalper. He is.
I was gonna say, what'd you do with the other 7 boxes?
They've all been assembled, actually.
Dude, I'm gonna browbeat Badger into finally walking around his house with a fucking camera and recording.
He's the biggest scalper ever.
You see Wheezy's background there? Copy paste that across an entire basement.
Jesus.
I'm not fucking kidding.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he took me on a tour.
I never even heard of this guy.
He's got floor to ceiling glass display cases. You know, where it's glass on 3 sides?
Yeah.
How many of them do you have? 8, 9, 10 in a row?
15.
Crammed full of unpainted figures.
You can never prove that. You can never prove it.
He doesn't have a pile of shame. He's got a fucking truck trailer full of shame.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that was bad.
I have 15 of those IKEA Detolf cases. They're really good. They used to be $60. Now they're like 100, I think. But if you ever get one there, you won't be disappointed. And you can add shelves. Like
He's got 160 of them.
Yeah.
No, but going back to that original point, the scalpers wouldn't do this unless there was a market for it.
That's
and
right.
It's the people that constantly buy from these fuckers that are enabling them, and they're going, oh, well, these people are going to pay the prices, then I'm just going to keep doing it. There were a few when they first started, and they didn't really keep tabs on, the fandom. When it first started, they were buying up every single limited edition release until they realized that not everybody wants every single limited edition release. So you were seeing, even now, you still see the same scalper accounts that are sitting on limiteds from, like last year because nobody wanted them. They were just buying it up because it said limited edition. Oh, somebody's going to buy this. And now they're stuck with it, as it should be.
Well, I'm just happy that I have my 3 limited edition books that I wanted. I bought them on release, and this whole problem is something that can aggrieve me, and I see how it's a really big problem for the collector community and those who are heavily into the collecting side of the hobby. But I can just sit back and relax and just buy the regular edition books and have fun with them.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough to get the standard hardback and the bookmark, 10 minutes after launch. Of course, all that shit sold out now, but, at least I got something.
They might still cancel your order because they oversold.
Yeah, that's a very real possibility. That's why I'm calling that lady on Monday and going, hey, if you cancel my order, I'm going to make another video. I'm going to say your name and I'm going to shame the fucking company into oblivion.
Call you out.
But, you know, fortunately, the last time that I spoke to that lady, she was actually trying to be helpful because I was like, this is fucked up. Like, look at my order page.
The whole book collecting community have been saying that for the last year and before that the system is fucked up. It needs improvement. GW needs to do something. And every time it was the customer service guys were trying to do the right thing, but unfortunately they're customer service. The product gets sold, the money comes in, and the accounting doesn't care.
Well, that's why I went over customer service that first time during the Lion release. I was like, I want to speak to somebody above you. And that's when she reached out to me and was like, hey, sorry, you know, I'm looking at your order history and yeah, we shouldn't have canceled your order. I was like, yeah, but this isn't just me. This is, you know, I'm one of God knows how many people that are getting dicked out of orders. Like actual collectors, and they're sitting on eBay. And here's the really fucked up thing. As many times as they've pulled that shit for the US market where they cancel orders or they say there's no more stock or this, that, and the other, you can go of people looking at Warhammer World in the UK and they'll have extras just sitting there on the shelf gathering dust. So I sent her a picture of that shit. I was like, you guys cancel my order. There's one right there just sitting. Why didn't you give me that one? Logistics?
Oh, no.
Well, because it's a
no.
Warhammer World copy and they are going to sell there because somebody might come in and
maybe
and pick it up off from the shelf. So
With probably monumental markup on it.
Well, one thing that was happening was they were a lot of the returns, especially those ones that I mentioned that fucking scalpers bought and they ended up sitting on them, is they were returning them in the UK and sending them to Warhammer World. So Warhammer World ended up with like a fuck ton of copies of like God, what was that Age of Sigmar book that came out that everybody wanted? Oh, let me rephrase that. That every Age of Sigmar fan, wherever they are, existed. All 5 of them.
which one? Idrust or
Yes, that one. Yep.
yeah, the bitch with the wings.
Yeah, they had
Bitch with the wings.
They had a bunch of those books, and they were sitting on eBay for months. To the point where they were lowering the price down from their initial, 500% markup down to the actual retail price just to get rid of them.
Well, that's why I'm saying that Age of Sigmar hasn't got a big enough fan base to support it.
Yeah, but they didn't know that. These are fucking console and sneaker scalpers that know shit about the hobby, just going, oh, if I snag all these, somebody's going to buy it. No, that's not how that works.
Some dork is going to buy it.
Yeah. But, as we've all said, people are going to sit and bitch. People are going to email customer service. People are going to make videos. People are going to complain on social media. And they're going to keep doing the same shit moving forward. And
yeah, nothing is going to change because it costs money.
Yeah.
It costs money.
As long as they're making their profit because they sold out, they're going to keep... Why should they change anything?
And that reason is, that very reason right there, a mix of apathy and the human tendency of, okay, well, from our end, it works just fine, is the reason for the absolutely shocking number of, or the absolutely shocking amount is probably a better word, of computer infrastructure, websites, stuff like that, that's still operating in 2005 or earlier. And it's because it works and they don't want to change it because it costs money.
Yeah. Again, from a customer service standpoint, if it were me, if I genuinely gave a shit about my customers, I would have solved this years ago. But we've said this multiple times. For GW, it's just a numbers game.
But again, they did a massive upgrade. I'm like, why you were there? Why not fix arguably the most glaring problem you have?
Because they haven't thought it through. When they started migrating the site, and I think when they drew up what they wanted to do, it wasn't an issue. Because back when the War Master box set, the Watchers of the Throne book, and the Lords of Silence came out, you just went to the Black Library page, logged in, put the book in the cart, paid for it through eBay, and they shipped it to you. And after these books have been released with 8th edition, after these releases, came the scalpers and started to buy up the releases in bulk, and after that started these problems. And I think this was just not in the original specs of what they wanted, and since redrawing these specs would cost money, and the money came in anyway, they decided not to do anything about it.
Like I said, I mean, they literally just did a website upgrade. That would have been the time. And I know there was a lot of other things they were worried about, but it's like,
well,
a part of them is saying, we're going to fix this problem. And then the other part's going, LOL, no.
Yeah, that's the most egregious part of it, was the fact that they kept acknowledging that there's a scalper problem, that there's a botting problem, and that this rework was supposed to fucking fix things, and it did fuck all.
They were like, was just marketing. It was just marketing speak to
to keep people happy,
to quiet down the angry mob.
Yeah,
it was nothing. They started the migration process years ago. So
yeah, and
it was just smoke and mirrors to keep the customer base happy. That okay, when the new site comes, it will be better. The new site comes, it looks like shit. The usability is below 0, but at least the botting problem has been dealt with. No, it's not. Okay, then we are complaining. We already got GW already got the money, so
yeah,
what's the matter?
And here's what pissed. I feel sorry for the people that were like, all right, I'm gonna buy vouchers so that way I can go through the checkout process faster. And now there's all these people stuck with vouchers that they paid for, and they're like, what do I do now?
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't claim the vouchers back. So
yeah, exactly. So now that money is in GW limbo. GW already has the money. Now it's up to you to spend the money on their stuff, even if it's something you don't want.
I don't know why.
As long as people keep spending the money, they'll stop caring. I mean, just like the Wizards of the Coast, until you affect their bottom line, they don't give a shit.
Yeah. I get that the customer base is there, right? They know they have a rabid fan base for all this stuff. But at the end of the day, there's very little regard for the customer base that is giving them all this money. And, like I said, myself included, there's so many people that are just like, all right, I'm tired of this shit. I'm not even going to bother going for any of the releases. If I'm just going to have to buy it from eBay at the end of the day, like, what's the point?
Well, this is fundamentally the same company that was... Who was the previous CEO? Roundtree? Or Kirby? I don't know. But before the big push for and the Warhammer community website, we had no information about what is coming, when is coming, what is going away. And after they had a change in CEO, they made this effort to be more visible and a little bit transparent. But they still thought that the one-way communication from the corporate website of Warhammer community is actually in their business reports. Actually, it's a two-way communication between them and the fans. Then they are very busy ignoring and deleting negative comments and any criticism because it looks bad. It's the same company. It's an English company stuck in the 80s. The mindset is there that they are just providing and the rubes are coming in with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
literally as long as people buy.
Yes, I mean, just look at their inventory. Every significant item for a time is out of stock, unavailable on the website, because they are busy with the optics and they do not upgrade their backend, the manufacturing. So what are we expecting from a company that is this busy with the optics and not going the bare minimum to meet the ever-growing demand?
Well, here's the thing: is that we already said they don't even have to fuck with the back end, especially with like what just happened. I mean, looking at that picture, there's people there with 12 copies, 10 copies, 9, 8, 7, multiple copies, multiple accounts. They have to be using either the same shipping address or some sort of same payment info. I mean, who knows? Unless they're using fucking stolen credit cards or something.
That
But
was
that
actually
would-
my first thought.
Out.
But that would require some effort and some thinking behind to solve the problem. These are the orders for the limited edition End of the Dead Volume 3. Run a script through it and throw out every order with the same shipping address, with multiple shipping address. And then the problem would go away.
Well, even any orders with one shipping address, one per customer.
Yes.
So because there might be shops out there trying to do the same thing. I mean, we don't. It could be. I mean, I know, like you scraped all that data, Wheezy, about kicks and all this other stuff. It's a shoe thing,
Sneaker accounts.
but I guess nothing would really keep a decent sized store from pulling off a similar stunt.
So I got curious. I wanted to look at the eBay UK site. There's 92 results for End in the Death Volume 3. Plus
From
this,
2,500.
plus, the 76 results from the US website. And I'm wondering how many of these are, the same person. But what's surprising is it's actually cheaper on the fucking UK website than it is the US website.
Wow.
Like,
Well, that
that's,
includes shipping, though.
yeah.
Hmm.
Hang on a second. Let me do some math here. Because I don't
Uh-oh.
I don't understand UK money.
British pounds.
Pound sterling, Bob.
Yeah, they're roughly $20 to $50 cheaper on the UK eBay site than the US website. Because the US website is anywhere from $400 to $500 a piece for these fucking things.
Shipping
That anything to
included,
do with
or
tariff.
Not counting shipping. So that's
No, I mean-
plus shipping.
Interesting.
it's a question of easy. When do you want to do the draw?
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it right now. If you want to do it now.
You ain't winning shit.
Haven't commented.
I've already look. I got 10 bots out there already influencing this draw. Okay,
What the hell?
working the system.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Dude, I told you it would be a small package. So, like, shipping is not going to fucking kill me.
That's what she said.
Huh.
I like how he looks right at the camera like, fuck you, you're out of the drawing now.
Let me see how I'm going to do this. Let me
I'm just looking for the lesbian swan. So
What?
Do you guys see that?
yeah,
You guys can't
but
see it?
it's not
Did
on.
you say the lesbian swan song? What?
I'm rooting for the lesbian swan. Yes.
Oh.
Swanee. Okay. I was like, what?
Yeah,
the fuck?
Swanee
Okay, cool. There we go. So,
with big knockers.
Oh my god.
all right,
Swanee, if you're listening, I'm sorry for that.
1 to 1500. 562. Who the fuck had 562? Or close to it?
What was this for?
For his stash of shit.
We were supposed to pick a number?
Yeah.
I must have missed out on all this.
Hey, I picked 562.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Going through the numbers, the closest is 619.
Ooh.
I know that wasn't me.
I mean,
I don't even know what this is.
I could do it again.
Well, no,
To get
somebody
closer?
won. Somebody won.
It's a wide spread though. I mean, 619 is the closest.
Then 619.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
it's-
Who was
6.
619?
All right.
Don't be GW. Don't do it.
This is rigged. This election is rigged.
So yeah, it goes to Lucas Upham 6012. Whoever that is, I don't know who that is. He's got a Vegeta. Whatchamacallit? Vegeta profile pic.
He's
So
got a Vegeta.
Bob's and Vegeta.
yeah, I'll see if he responds to me. So there you go. He won.
All right, if he doesn't respond in 5 minutes, I get it.
I'll figure out how to get it to him. I'm gonna need you to dox yourself, please,
Yeah.
for everybody watching.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, bits.
no, it just beats Mikey as well from Hailstorm. So Hailstorm.
Post your discharge papers, you stolen valor scum.
Oh, there was another one. There was another one starting yesterday. It was like, oh my
Oh
god.
God.
This one just, I mean, this one, he went after Badger, and it's like, oh my god, really, dude?
Well, okay. So we've talked about this. I've noticed that it's sort of chilled out, and now it's just the random weirdos that
Yeah,
pop
it
out of
is.
nowhere.
As I call them, the dick hangers. The ones that are so desperate. The literal, what they call women. These are literally pick-me's. Please pay attention to me, senpai. Please.
I don't know what happened, but I noticed that Shay went on a blocking spree because I have been blocked, and many others. And I was just like a couple times quoting him that you should stop lying and start engaging with a hobby you really like, and not just force something that is clearly not working.
So my new favorite account is the Still No Female Space Marines account.
Oh, hey, Weezy, could you slide the? I'm trying to see something back on your desk. Could you slide the KD box over,
Slide it over?
or just like slide it out of the way? I'm trying to
Why?
see something behind. I just wanted to see something behind it.
Trying to figure out what you can come steal from me?
Yeah.
Limited edition, limited edition, limited edition.
The whatever is the word bearers, right?
Yep. Here's that End in the Death
Sorry
volume.
about that.
Here's that End in the Death volume 2 that I'm gonna fucking throw in the dumpster.
Don't do that. Send it to me.
Yeah, have another drawing. You have another drawing.
No. I thought about this. I have debated just selling it to another collector. Like,
Well,
not at scalper prices. For somebody that... There's a couple people that got volume 3, but didn't get volume 2 for the same reason.
Oh,
because the
yeah.
fucking scalpers dicked them over.
I think don't do anything, Rush. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
wait about a year, as you said. That
Yeah.
maybe the prices will
Can I
go
put this
down,
box
or
back, or
maybe
do you
we'll-
want me to just
Oh.
hold this the entire
no,
time?
no. Hold that shit. Hold it over your head.
Okay.
Fucking do it. Please. Look at him. He's hugging it. KDA, I love KDA. It's awesome.
Only a tourist would hug his minis.
Hey, fuck you. I love my minis.
Yes, the next will be the life
You
size.
don't open the boxes. You don't put glue on them, or
You know what? I'm gonna gloss the fuck out of these just for you.
put the fucking gloss on.
You know what he's gonna do?
Becky,
He's gonna paint him. He's not gonna thin his paint. He's just gonna
No, I'm
blob
just
it up.
I'm gonna use
It puts the gloss on its skin or it'll get the hose again.
Oh,
But it'll be the best hose.
Use gloss varnish on everything. It tries to be crazy.
I only did it for the fucking salamanders
Why?
because I like it. They look good.
You like shiny manders.
They look wet.
Yeah,
Poor boys.
What do you mean? Yeah, like that's a thing.
it is a thing. They're back there.
No, I mean the salamanders have to be wet for some fucking reason.
No, not wet. Moist.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they are,
You know
they
what?
are
Seeing,
moist. So
seeing a well-painted mini covered in gloss varnish, that's gloss varnish. It's the exact same reaction to the word moist.
Moist.
Okay,
yeah, they are moist, so they can walk through the flames and barbecue more at our children.
I'll get rid of the gloss varnish. I'll buy satin. There. Now it's only slightly shiny.
Why?
With
What do you have against Matt?
Glitter.
Show me on the doll where Matt Varnish touched you.
exactly.
What is
Glitter.
this?
Oh, did y'all see this?
Is that lion?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of glare on it. That's all I was asking.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's all
Oh, there
gloss
you go.
varnish.
I'm gonna gloss him too. You know what? I'm gonna start fucking glossing everything now.
Oh my god.
Hey, go ahead, make your entire mini collection unphotoable. I'm proud.
Wait, unphotoable? Is that a fucking word?
It is now.
Unphotoable.
did you just have a stroke?
You're not smelling burnt toast, right?
I trigger him with the gloss. Every time I bring up gloss, he just like spurts out on the keyboard.
Let me tell you something, you son of a bitch. I'm a former Navy SEAL in it. Fucking
You got your fucking gloss varnish right here.
Oh, you're not getting monetized again.
Yeah, I'm not. I already knew I was gonna go on my fucking scalper ramp. And I was like, nope, not hitting that button. Ugh.
Well, GW, they just been playing lip service to this whole fucking thing about dealing with the scalpers. Because if you remember 15, 20 years ago, they were in the shit. Like, they weren't making money. Company was not profitable. They were in dire straits. This whole limited run bullshit that they've been doing with everything is what's got their stock up through the roof. I mean, obviously, the popularity of the video games and everything else that's been going around spreading the IP is making a huge difference. But the mini
What is
side of the hobby,
vulnerability in the context of information?
the fuck?
The fuck?
My bad. My schoolwork got away from me.
We were looking at how to gloss paint stuff.
Right? Yeah, it fucked your computer up too. See?
I was like, the Chinese hackers got Badger.
Yeah, but the mini side of the hobby was never all that profitable. So the limited run thing is what's keeping it afloat and driving the stock prices up. I don't think they have any financial incentive to do anything about it, which is stupid because eventually it's going to bite them on the ass, right? The actual fans that want these products, we're going to quit trying to buy them because the scalpers are sucking them all up, and we're not going to pay double, triple prices. So we'll just fuck off and go 3D print our minis or whatever the hell else we decide to do to alleviate the problem. And then GW is really in trouble, but they're not smart enough to figure that out.
That's what happened after this last one. Like, this whole FOMO business model bullshit doesn't serve anybody but them.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna put the guy's name out there, okay? But I have a guy 3D printing me right now, full size Mars pattern Warhound Titan, because I ain't paying $650 for a body, and then extra for the freaking arms, with all four weapons for both right and left arms, for $150 plus shipping. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
Just look up how much Forge Gyrfalcon Potten jet bike for the Custodes costs.
Oh yeah.
For that price, in the same vein, in the same quality, so indistinguishable, I got from an unnamed source, 2 of the jet bikes, and Ixion Hale, a Custodes tribune from the Big Black Books that went away. 1 jet bike or 2 jet bike plus a character. It's there, and they have the Custodes Terminators, the Dreadnoughts, the vehicles, the Sisters of Silence, everything.
Yeah, but nobody plays sister units.
What the fuck?
Wow.
They're not super soldiers.
Pronouns. Everybody found their soundboard.
We found the soundboard, wonderful.
Oh god.
Fucking gender ambiguity!
Oh god, it's ass. I just realized who that was.
Where the fuck is that coming from?
That's me.
Oh,
those are
That's you.
soundboards my kid uploaded to our own Discord.
Oh,
I've got Nitro so I can play the stuff cross channel. It's funny.
it would be like all those other guys that like go fucking soundboard crazy. It's like every time they say something, all you got is the.
I can't. I've got one person that comes into our Discord and just spams the dog shit out of the one because it drives my kid crazy. I'm like, okay, we're shutting soundboards off for the day.
well, you know how to just mute one person on soundboard, right?
Yeah, but then they both get going back and forth, and then everybody's abusing it, and it's just obnoxious.
Yeah.
Or you just boomer it like Gary.
Right? Like every now and then it's funny, but if you just spamming the shit out of it,
Fucking boomers.
So, does anybody live in the South besides me?
Yo, Florida. I mean, that's kind of the South.
Well, are y'all supposed to get like 20-degree temperatures like the next couple days?
Let me see the lowest we're gonna go. Hang on. And this is gonna have everybody screaming at their fucking screen now. Tonight it's gonna be 57.
I fucking hate you.
Tomorrow night or Tuesday night, 64 is the low. Wednesday, 48. Oh boy, let's turn the heat on. 44 on Thursday. So 44 is about as low as we're gonna go.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in like the 20s for like the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's because you live in fucking communist Texas.
Hey,
Meanwhile, my ass is sitting here in single digits.
Are you in Dallas or Austin?
who,
No.
me?
Yeah.
Austin.
No, Houston.
Oh God. Yeah, you're in occupied Texas.
Nah. Look, Houston isn't that bad.
Well,
It's not
You know-
as bad as Dallas or Austin.
No,
It's getting
not
there.
even close. Like every mayor that has been voted in under, Democrat has basically been Democrat in name only. Because none of them motherfuckers like crime.
bit off
Yeah,
subject. They don't know how.
I applaud y'all kicking the feds out from the border and taking it over last
Oh,
week.
that was funny as
great.
shit.
Dude, that's why I made that video about fucking AOC crying about fucking immigrants. It's like,
Oh God.
look, dude, fucking Hispanics that live in Texas are like, no, fuck off. But she doesn't count. I don't consider her
She's
Hispanic.
a Hispanic from New York. She knows.
No,
about
she's
that.
not. She's a fucking bartender that got voted into office by a poor demographic that she doesn't do fuck all for.
How do you really
Yep.
feel? At least she's not a scalper, though.
Yeah, she's pretty fucking
No,
close.
she's Democrat.
I have more respect for her if she was a scalper.
Yeah, it's like the feds come in and you can sit there and watch any live stream from the border at any given time and watch them just stand over here. We'll load you up on the bus. We'll take you where you want to go. And not only that, there's a bunch of charities and shit down at the border that are doing the same thing. I mean, all these people going, oh, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm pretty sure it's a problem at this point.
Well, look at
Yeah, a
Chicago.
pretty big fucking problem.
It's been a
Chicago's in
problem.
fucking meltdown.
The problem is that it was nobody else's problem except for ours. And Arizona and New Mexico.
I mean, Florida, we have the boat people, so we have enough problems of our own thing.
Yeah, you got Cubans.
Well, I was gonna say, but at least the thing about Cubans is like they literally show up and they already have 2 jobs when they get here.
They're also trying They're also trying to get away from communism, not
Yeah,
fucking go across the water to communism.
They are literal the most rabid fucking Republicans you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And at least it takes some effort to get from Cuba to Florida. And some determination, and not just walking to a hole in a fence and going through that. And welcome with open arms.
Yeah,
there's sharks in the water with freaking laser beams attached to their heads.
And gay frogs.
Metronoid decided he wanted to come, to the United States illegally. He'd have to go through South America, through the Darien Gap, go up and ride the Beast, come all the way up to the border, and then they're going to be like, why the fuck is this white guy here?
Excuse me, sir, did you get lost?
Yeah, listen, I think right now it's easier for me to get to Mexico, because as a European Union citizen, I don't need a visa to Mexico. I can, with a biometric, I can stay there for, I think, up to 90 days. Go to the border and go across, then request an ESTA as a tourist visa to the United States. It's a simplified visa to the United States because it costs money. But going to Mexico and then going to the border just costs a plane ticket.
Yeah, but then you walk over, then you get a free phone, you get money, you get hotel stay, you get all that good stuff.
Yeah, and the bus ride to New York, so I think...
Yeah.
That's the downside.
No, just say your cousin lives in Houston. You'll be fine.
See, sir, I'm a half brown person. I'm a person of color.
And I'm European nobility, so suck it.
Oh God, they wouldn't even know what that meant. Be like, you're P what? European. Not here, you're not.
Yeah, I have the certificate somewhere from around the time of the inception of the United States. So
I mean, that's a hell of a lot more than me.
Goddamn comedy.
Which is funny because I did this thing, or one of my far cousins found me on Facebook one year, and she's huge into genealogy and all that shit.
Ooh.
And she was doing the family tree, and somehow it led back to me. She was just like, "Hey, I'm your fifth cousin, twice removed." I was like, "Oh."
It's not hard when it has no branches.
Yeah.
Telephone pole.
But she sent me
family
this.
tree is a circle.
She sent me this DNA testing kit that's supposed to open up, where your relatives came from and where they migrated to, this, that, and the other. And going back on my dad's side, it was okay, they came into New York from Germany, and before Germany, they were up in Scandinavia or somewhere up there.
We knew you were a Nazi.
I mean,
wait, claims to be Hispanic, German heritage. Your family's in Brazil, aren't they?
Argentina.
No, in Argentina.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to try to give him some cover, but he blew that one.
My cousin Hans Gruber.
Wow.
Just look at the Argentinian history, because they have a whole I don't know, counties or states that have really big German communities, and they built Bavarian-style villages there.
Well, what cracks me up is you talk to somebody at part of the world. What's your first name? Carlos. What's your last name? Hongstangentingen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey, it's just like that
new kind of boat people.
It's like that Pancho Moeller guy I showed y'all the last time.
Yeah, true. Or what was it? The Diego Klattenholf.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, this for me, European, this whole business about where do you come from? It's very interesting because the eastern sections, so Poland, Slovakia, Romania, Hungary, maybe the Czechs, and the Balkans, have been wiped clean of inhabitants so many times, and there have been so many influx of people by the authorities to have a taxable population, that everybody is related in some way to others. But we are all related to Genghis Khan, so...
I mean, well, it's literally, I'm in the United States because my great-grandparents noticed this angry little man in Germany in 1938 and said,
With a funny mustache.
yeah, we should probably get away from him.
Yeah.
Because we're like we're like three things wrong that he hates. So maybe let's go to the U.S. What's in the U.S.? He's not in the U.S. So let's just go.
According to a certain account, you're actually not Jewish and you're a Nazi.
That's right. I'm not.
So,
I love when they do that.
I'm just saying.
Oh God, are you thinking about the guy that was literally doing the anti?
Uh-huh.
God, that was hilarious.
Or anti-Semitism.
No. This is the funny
that one too.
He won't. They won't actually go after. We sent links saying, "Hey, this guy."
Oh, guess the kayaks guy.
Yes. It's like
who?
Here's literally that's his.
That's his handle. Kill the kikes or guess the kikes, well, something like that.
That's literally what he. And Twitter's like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, why
perfectly
would you have a
fine
problem
handle.
with that, you bigot? So yeah, he basically told me that next time we'll kill the rest of you, and I'm like,
huh?
You okay, bro? And yeah, so it's like Twitter, you're not helping with those anti-Semitism, accusations.
You just have to put Free Palestine in your name, and you're fine.
Well, I mean, literally, we reported him, and as far as I know, he's still out there.
Probably.
Like, wow. Okay, so that worked well.
Yes, but it's always interesting that these are low engagement, low reach accounts that just come in, scream, and everybody either laughs at them or tells them to fuck off and beat it. And for some reason, Wokehammer is not interested in these.
Yeah. Well, there was literally, like I said, there was one. I think Badger first started engaging him, then I got into it. And
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and the guy is, it's like.
Is either a stereotypical stupid Nazi, and I mean the brain damaged one, or somebody who is.
This guy, like I said, literally was talking to two real women, and basically mansplained and told them to sit down and be quiet because they don't know what they're talking about. Women really don't want to be in Warhammer, and all they want to play is female Space Marines. And it's like, what? I mean, literally, the guy was just told him to, I don't care what you say. This is what you actually want. And I'm like,
yeah, because internalized misogyny and something like that.
Yeah, but because he has the right things in his profile, they don't care to engage that guy. They're not worried about him.
Jesus. Well, I mean, women are not interested in Space Marines. They are interested in orcs, Tyranids, Necrons. In this order, usually.
Very true.
And when they get to that point that, okay, now I'm not interested in this one, then might the Marines come into the picture. But first I think they might swing to the Dark Eldars way. So.
Well, I mean, this guy was screaming, you don't let women play this. You don't let women How would we stop them?
And not just that, just look at any hobby group. When a female comes in, everybody is there to help her.
Yes.
Everybody is there to give advice. Everybody is very friendly, very smelly, and very helpful, and trying very hard not to come off as a fucking creep.
Well, one of the people we talked to, she said she had just been in her local game store, and I teased her and I said, "Wait, you walked into a game store as a girl?" She goes, "It got really weird." The minute I walked in, and I'm like, "Yeah, I can see that."
Yeah, some things never change.
Well, here's another thing. Let me touch on that idiot. Okay, first of all, that argument started out with this guy talking about how the lore can change, always changes, and it changes because of tournaments. and I knew exactly what he was talking about, which was the campaign, worldwide campaign things that GW puts on, and I'm like, no, you're talking about campaign thing, and I said, and it still doesn't always change. I mean, hell, if that were the case, I mean, take a look at oh gosh, what was the name of it when Chaos was? This is a while ago, like whatever.
5.
What's that?
5. Medusa 5 campaign from 2007 or 9.
Yeah, I think so. One of them, like, of course, it didn't go the way everybody. I mean, Chaos should have won, and everybody, that's why everybody was up in arms about the Tyranids versus, Space Marines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, hit him up with that. Explain to him. I mean, I was being polite at the time. I didn't look at this guy's bio, nothing like that. And then he immediately goes into what you guys are talking about. You won't let women do this. Everything. For instance, if you go back, you probably shouldn't, but if you ever went back and looked at everything this guy said to me during that entire thing, and you guys know me, not once did I even talk about anything like that. And we've all agreed, nobody cares if you kit bash, blah, blah, blah. We've said this a million times. But he just started throwing out every post was one of these talking points we've always argued or still argue. And it had nothing to do with what we were talking about. Not one damn thing. And then it was, whatever, you're against trans people, you're against these people. And I'm sitting here like, okay, well, that hasn't even been a discussion. So I just started memeing him to death. I mean, there's no point. But and then of course the last thing was attacking my service and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah, that's when I jumped in when he started the service attack, and I'm like, dude, number one, you were Navy, and the last time you guys were in combat was World War II.
If he was Navy, I don't even know if this guy served.
Yeah, I'm not even sure either. And then I said, next year, what does this have to do with the discussion? Which was nothing.
Yep.
That's all he had. And I'm like, if you were in, number one, he was an IT guy in the Navy. I'm like, okay, fair. You chose what you did. So, okay, fine. But why are you attacking somebody else again?
He even wrote or tagged the United States Marine Corps. He's like, you got a Marine here that's discrediting the Marine Corps. And I'm like, bro, these guys, they're not going to listen to you. Nobody's going to care. And they can't do anything to me anyway. So your attempt at canceling me it's going to fall short, bigger than you can possibly imagine.
My personal favorite is when they try to say, you don't exactly talk like a veteran. It's like,
what do we talk like?
Not met a lot of it, have you?
Well, I mean, what tell me what dialect we speak in that's veteran-esque.
Well, apparently we're not supposed to swear or be insulting, and I'm like,
I'm supposed to just automatically respect everybody else.
Yeah,
that was a great one.
Wait,
you don't know Marines very well.
Yeah, because you don't know any of the branches. Like that. Wait, what?
Well, veterans aren't supposed to swear,
right?
No, I mean, but the fact that he said that I should know better. If I was a veteran, I would know better, and I would respect everyone. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, literal motto is to treat everyone with kindness, but have a plan to kill them.
Yeah, have a plan to kill everybody.
Yeah,
involved.
Sorry, dude. You don't know veteran. You damn sure don't know Marines. Crazy.
Yeah, always be polite and carry a big fucking stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like, what do you expect people that made a
barbed wire on it?
Yeah. What do you expect from a career from people that went around saying, please shoot at me?
I mean, after interactions, I always, because we always have these interactions that you are not what you claim to be, and what you claim to be, here is somebody that supposedly from there, and look at you, how you behave, and that's unbecoming of this organization. And all of us had these interactions, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like that one random person that found me after I was making fun of OnlyFans chicks and was like, oh, you work at Polygon? What kind of fucking asshole works at Polygon? Polygon, why do you hire these people? I was just like...
What?
Yes, and after these interactions, always the always the shootback is from when we have interactions with the Wokies that, oh, post your face, post your name or something like that. And
here's my
really
channel.
Fucking stupid. You are really fucking stupid if you think that the weaponized autism and the boundless malice of the internet can be underestimated. I mean, this is personal experience. It was really funny to engage with Mikey from Hellstorm Gaming the last day or two, and every reaction every answer he had for any kind of criticism was that, post your face, little bro. I don't.
Wait, is this the dude that everybody was memeing on because his wife took over his stream and was like,
Oh yeah,
he looked like
Yes.
he
Just
was
another post your physique kind of thing.
and looked
No,
like
no,
he was
no.
dying inside the whole time.
No, this dude was
Yes.
literally talking about something, and his wife comes busting in, grabs the mic from him, and starts doing this feminist rant. And he just literally had this look of, somebody shoot me. Just shoot me.
Yes, the bug
uh,
broke and cock.
I meant with
The
what
bug broke.
Metanoid said about post your face.
Oh, yeah. It was very similar to that. Yeah, it was like, oh, well, post your face. Why? Because post your
Yes.
face, loser. No.
Yes, and I told him that we are not doing that because there is a difference between being afraid and being cautious. And he will learn that when somebody turns up at his house. And he started going, are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? No.
Good
That's
advice.
just
That's all.
that's
You
just
showing up at
good
my
advice.
house is threatening me.
Because I don't know if you know that, but Hellstorm Mikey is running Warhammer tournaments, and they are qualifiers for the World Tournament. So if I really wanted to, I don't know, find out where Mikey lives, I just need to know where the next tournament is, stake it out. He is going to be there because his name is attached to it. He's going to make a video about it. And then after that, I just need to follow him home. But it's purely hypothetical.
That's creepy.
Yes, and I don't need to do any digging. That, for example, get something into his PO box and get to the PO box and check the PO box when they empty it. I just need to go to a public place, and that's all. But I'm not going to do that because I don't know.
I can do those things, but I'm not going to do them.
Yes, I'm not going to go to Sheffield because it's not worth my time. And if I do that, the law applies the same, and my sentence would be same if I did do anything. If I did do anything to a human being, just to him. So it's not worth it. But he should be careful with his mouth, I think, because. I don't know, with his attitude, how can I put it?
10 years? 12? 10,
Like,
12 years?
normally, you don't know when you piss off the wrong people.
Well, I had a guy like that, and he ended up nuking the whole thread. I didn't think to take some screenshots, but he basically got threatening. I mean, literally physically threatening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, whatever you got to do, dude. I'll tell you this much. I'm in Florida. So what you've already said qualifies me to defend myself.
Yes.
So there's really, right now, you've just put yourself in the situation. Anything you do is going to be considered assault immediately. There's no justification for what you're saying right now. So you come to where I'm at, which would be pretty stupid. And I said, I could pretty much reply. It's kind of like Texas. You could pretty much reply any way you want.
And not just that, but since he posted it, it counts as premeditated.
Exactly.
So you have the grounds to do whatever whatever makes you feel safe upon seeing him, because he already threatened you and he already said that he will going to do things to you. So This
So-
is just an own goal.
So I literally said, look, the smartest thing you can do right now is delete this. I'm going to give you some advice. Delete this thread because you have stepped way into a dangerous hole. And then, bing, it was gone. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Hey, can y'all see my screen?
Yeah. Oh, we got a watch stream. Okay. You're on the Wargamer article. Okay.
No, I want to see that one part.
Oh, when.
The boys is a general neutral term in Orc society. It's true. I think if they did make female space marines, I think they'd still call each other Battle Brother.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it is.
I've come in deliberately with my Taylor Swift cup to just piss everybody off even more.
Taylor Swift, the most consumerist shit. Yeah.
So I'm just reading comments because as somebody who identifies as female, who has worked in this hobby for quite some time, I used to manage a store. We met when I was running a Warhammer tournament. And I've kind of been associated with this hobby for...
It just went into that glass.
For like...
Well, there's vodka in that glass. You know, there's
having
vodka
worked
in
in the
that
industry,
glass.
having dealt
He's
with
looking off to the left
people
like
Hasbro, people like Asmodee, having sold Magic cards for the
Well,
majority
the
of my
balls
life.
are already
I'll
at
accept
her
the
balls,
concept that
so...
D&D is struggling a
looking
little bit
over
with
at the
the whole
other
news
screen,
coming out about
divorce
D&D
laws in my
1,
area.
D&D 2024. There's a lot going on.
Well, it's England.
But I
It's England,
think
so she's
that
taking his
it's really
shit.
hard and emotionally
Right,
tiring
yeah.
to kind
But I
of
love her. I
concept
ran a
of basic
Warhammer
human
tournament
empathy with
because
people and
respectfully,
try
I
and
am
get people
whammon.
to understand that
Yeah, and I run a
other
Warhammer
people can like
tournament
things,
too, and I get
and it's okay
more
for other
people into
people
the
to
hobby in
find,
Eastern Europe where this hobby is really fucking
themselves
expensive
in a game in a way that you might
than
not.
she. So
I don't.
Motherfuck. I knew it. I knew she was going to go there. I knew it.
It's very faint on this end, so what did she say?
Basically that, oh, well, it's okay for other people to like the things that you don't like and to see themselves in a setting, basically, you know, inclusivity. It's the inclusivity talking point.
Representation for representation.
Okay,
yes,
but if
because...
it's okay for people to like things you don't like, why don't they ever apply that to themselves? Why do I have to like and accept what they like and accept? Because if I don't, I get hounded for it.
Right.
So why is that okay?
Yeah, we like the setting the way it is. We don't need it to be
I
changed.
I don't choose to.
I think,
it's not
Vizzy, you should look up V's
I did.
post about
It's not appealing to me as a game.
V's argument, because
but I think
that's
it's
a very good
really
counter
silly
to this
discount.
bullshit.
Well, the one thing I came across today, and I'm sorry,
Not V. I look for it and send it over to you.
the one thing I kind of realized, and I'm sure this is not exactly news to you guys, but they keep telling us we have to prove this. We don't have to prove anything.
What? Hold on. What is this shit? It is funny how many misogynists cling to Star Wars Legends when that had a trans clone trooper called Sister who had trans flag painted armor. What? What?
That's the first time I've ever hearing about that.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yes, that never happened before, so...
But they keep saying we have to prove this and we're wrong. But what kind of finally dawned on me last night was, why do we have to prove anything? GW is on our side. They're the ones going against lore, the IP, and everything else. You know, they keep putting us on the defensive, saying I don't have to prove shit. Literally, we are the ones backing the company that makes the product.
Well, yeah, you're engaging with a person who's disingenuously arguing points that put you on the defensive.
Yeah.
Once you realize they don't actually mean any of this bullshit, you stop getting invested.
Well, Chud, prove why I don't have to prove shit. The burden of proof is on you. I'm already on the side of the fucking company that makes the product. So, as we're fond of saying, eat a dick. I don't have to prove anything to you.
Well, that's because, in their eyes, you're on the wrong side of history.
But I guess so is GW.
And that, when confronted with that, they always, throw up Warhammers for everyone. Whenever they're losing an argument,
okay,
they throw that up there.
Okay, then why are you fucking with me? If it's for everyone, why are you bothering me? Why do I have to prove something to you?
No, sorry.
First of all,
everyone but you.
First of all, who the fuck are you to demand I prove anything? You know, it's like, you know, we've been so long on the defensive for so many other hobbies that we forget in this case, we're actually the ones in the right. That the hobby is on our side for now.
Yeah, for now.
But we're so used to every other hobby that we do that we have to defend
women
ourselves.
And female consumers, when I think the past decade has proven more than any other that the consumer power of women is far, far greater. And I think if you've...
Wrong.
Well, exactly.
But women are not interested in pushing plastic, overpriced plastic shit on a tabletop with other sweaty nerds on their day off or on the weekend for a whole fucking day.
And also, stop saying find evidence for it, because I'm literally a librarian. It's my job. So
nobody cares you're a librarian.
Okay, I'll go now. Bye, besties.
Thanks for your insight. Appreciate it. But anyway, I just had to ban someone from chat, and I don't normally ban people from chat without.
So you know, it was just that kind of thing. I was like, okay, why are we defending our point of view? We don't have to.
Oh man, well, they want you to defend your point of view because they want to continue the argument, right? So they already know what you're going to say, which is the same thing we always say, which is if they were going to do it, they would have done it by now. It's not a thing. Make your own, right?
Yeah.
But then they can throw all these insults at you by saying, well, since you don't want it, then you're a misogynist, a transphobe, bigot, this, that, the other.
Okay, why don't you aim that shit at GW then? Because you never see them tell them that.
No, they're always tagging them. Only when the good shit. When they think they're doing something right, then they tag GW. And it's like, see, look, I'm fighting the bad people.
Except that they're the bad people too, by their own standards. GW is the bad people.
Yeah, they're all shitty people.
They know where the money's coming from. They're not stupid. They have marketing people. They look and say, where's the money coming from? This fucking nerd bought 10 books. This fucking nerd bought 12 books. And this fucking guy in the US just bought a store. Angry Badger something. I don't know. He just bought a whole fucking store. So, well, are they happy with what they have? Well, seems so far. Well, then don't fuck with it.
So there's no store like it.
So
yeah, don't fuck with it and throw a new Primark at them every so often.
Yeah. Give them another Primark. They'll shut up.
Primarks now because of the whole incest thing. Remember?
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't know why that bothers me so much. It just does.
What?
Yes, they are pushing Primark incest. That all the Primarks are gay.
Oh God damn it!
I know. The Primarks are gay.
All these. Well, this is the new upload. That's not the new argument.
Yeah, it's another. Yeah, the Dick Rider's got a new upload.
All these fucking coomers, man! I swear to God.
Jesus Christ! They need to lay off the porn and Rule 34.
It's always that type, right? You see, it's like, I bet you I'm going to see fucking anime porn plastered all over this shit. Yep, there it is. Or fan art.
I'm not near the computer at the moment. What the hell is this?
Basically, the new thing, I don't know how new it is, but that the Primarks are all gay and incestuous. No, you did not just have a stroke and hear that.
That's impossible because we know for a fact through the Night Lord's books that Conrad Kurz didn't even have a sex drive. He wasn't attracted to people. He had no.
Shut up, bigot. Excuse me, they're asexual, you fucking bigot.
And not just that, but
hold on. We also know that Gilliman has a child with Yvrain. We have a tiny half Eldar, half Primark baby somewhere.
Do we actually know that?
Wait, I thought Wizards of the Coast banned half races.
Oh, Wizards of the Coast. Wheezy, you don't exist, by the way, according to Wizards of the Coast. I hate to tell you this, but
oh, that's nice.
But what the fuck?
What the fuck indeed, sir? What the fuck indeed?
I think the new tactic is to throw out a bunch of bullshit, stick to it as long as they can to make it seem like it's a legit thing out there or a legitimate argument, and then look for something that you're going to say to then out you as a, misogynist, freaking racist, whatever. Oh, it's not really about the hobby for you. It's about, the fact that you're this, or you hate these people,
Yeah.
As I love to say, if all of the woke hammers disappeared tomorrow, we would go back to arguing stupid shit like best Primarch, why are orcs cool? There'd be arguments like that. If we disappeared tomorrow, this hobby wouldn't last a year.
I mean,
months.
I think that's that's something that I think we need to do better as as hobbyists and Warhammer enthusiasts, is just bringing the conversation back to those points of who is the best Primarch and why is it Alfarius?
You mean
which
Gilliman?
You mean Alfarius or Alfarius?
He meant Gilliman.
No, I am Alfarius.
You know what I mean?
Why can't we resurrect Sanguinius? Huh? Shut up, bigot.
Well, I don't think he can. I mean, we know that these Primarchs can be pulled from the warp, and it just may happen, but we don't know what that is going to do to them. No, I think Horus is the only one that's exempt from that because he was pretty much uncreated.
Yeah, I was going to say he literally never existed again.
Yeah. So
okay, something just occurred to me. This gay Primarch thing. I know where they're going with it. Mark my words. Mark my words.
They're the freaking Primarch's gay.
No, they're
not just gay though. But it's not just gay. It's just incest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to. You failed the test because I just said we need to take it back to the conversations that are relevant, and then you took it to gay Primarchs.
No, I want to hear his theory though.
Yeah, I got to hear this theory, man. This is some batshit here. I got to hear this theory.
No. Where they're going to go with this, mark my words, is they're gonna go full multi-part fan fiction series illustrated of Fulgrim and clone Fulgrim.
How would my granddaughter sum that up?
They also already said that Fulgrim was the female embodiment of the Emperor. That was said yesterday.
Which reader did that?
I fucking hate the internet.
Oh, right.
I mean, just the collective IQ fell to the fucking floor and hit groundwater.
Speaking of hating the internet, can we just rail on the Warhammer website? Just for a few minutes.
Paul, you missed that part earlier.
Okay. No, go ahead. No. I want to hear his.
No, let him cook.
Yeah, let him cook. Let's go.
All right, so right off the bat, like as soon as you log on to the website, you get some dude in a gray sweatshirt. It's not even a GW sweatshirt. It's just a random ass dude.
Yeah, fuck
he's a
that
mulatto
guy.
tone, so he's not. You can't tell if he's like Filipino American or English, Chinese. He's just like a weird flesh tone. I can't say weird because they all matter. But you know what I mean? He's like an indiscernible flesh tone. They made the first thing you see as unidentifiable as possible.
Person of color.
And they didn't even they're not even putting like a logo, you know what I mean? Like with that gray sweatshirt, you could superimpose, like
anything.
A Black Legion logo on it today, and tomorrow do like a Dark Angels lead, whatever you want to, they're not even doing that. Now, if you say like now, my FLGS, I had to let him know that the Deathwing box is coming next week, is for pre-order, right? So I can't send him a link to anything on the Warhammer site because what does it do? It takes you to the Warhammer.com site. It'll take you to that link. But then it'll ask you what language you want to see.
Front page. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then take you right to the front page.
It takes you back to the front page. It doesn't take you to a direct link to anything.
Yeah, like you said, what language do you speak and do you accept cookies? And then you end up back at the front page.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, my FLGS prefers when I send him links, but I can't do that anymore. So I literally have to spell everything out verbatim so that he knows what to search for.
You know who we can blame with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That fucker in the gray sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's probably him.
He's probably their web designer.
Yeah, it's probably the web designer.
Who the fuck's coding this website? Harry Dresden?
But I mean, it was driving me crazy. I was trying to find something to send our little, nerd group that when we're, that we hang out. And I'm like, okay, let me find this. So I find this link. I click on to take me to the website. And like you said, it brings there for a split second, says what language you want to speak, the same fucking language I spoke last time I was here. And whether you accept cookies, and then it puts you back on the front page.
Yeah. Well, no. Here's the best part, right? So now you're looking at Space Marines, right? Because everybody looks at Space Marines because that's what's in half of every box that they sell. And you go down, there's like 58 pages for Space Marines, right? So you get down to like page number 47. You're like, oh shit, look, there's a tactical squad I like. So you click on that. But you're like, no, I'm reading the description. I read the little lore bit that they have on there, and I'm like, maybe not. Let me go back a page. You know what that does? It takes you all the way to the top of the page again. So now you have to scroll all the way back down and keep expanding out all 52 pages again. It's oh my god, it's so bad.
So I just won the internets for today.
Oh.
The reason I won the internets is because my wife is actually listening to us ramble over here.
Oh, God.
She asked me what I meant by the female embodiment of the emperor. And then she brought up something that I remember seeing this. I don't know if you guys did, about the emperor being able to change sex and how he might be a woman. You guys remember that?
Yes, and that was completely misinterpreted.
He can change appearance how others perceive.
No, I get that. But my wife I was like, oh, that's been said. She's like, what? Now, my wife doesn't do Warhammer, okay? But she pays attention to some of this stuff, probably out of, making sure I stay sane. So.
Didn't work.
Well, sometimes you're the Warhammer, sometimes you're the War Nail.
I'm probably like a war tack.
War push pin.
Maybe a war command strip.
God.
Yeah,
not allowed to leave any marks anywhere.
The redesign, we talked about this earlier, is that redesign was supposed to be for the better, and they somehow managed to make things worse. So,
and like, who in their right mind decided to name their page, not encrypt it or anything? Like, okay, end of the death V3. Okay, so scalpers know exactly what to go for. Direct to the page.
That's what Patrick or Wombat was saying is like, you dumbasses, you literally gave them a roadmap. And for that, it actually works. The link actually works for that. Everything else takes you to the front page, but that link worked beautifully.
Yeah. Well, not only that, the fact that you can't save payment info anymore, you can't save your shipping addresses. You literally have to put it in manually every single fucking time. Every time you place an order.
That sucks.
Or use a bot.
I didn't know that.
Or use a bot, yeah. Get the bots to do it.
It's almost like it's intentional.
But like how did these accounts get 12 copies of a book? You know what I mean? Retailers shouldn't have got 12 copies of a book. And if those eBay accounts are selling 12 copies of the book, then they're probably retailers that are abusing their retail status.
I think it's circumventing terms of service because it says one per account, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you just create X amount of accounts. Well, then you have individual, unique accounts.
Well, if it's not intentional for all these things, it's a great conspiracy because, just go back to the website again. 10.8 million or 10.2 million, I forget, freaking British pounds for that stupid website. Holy crap.
Somebody saw them coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the first month and a half after they revealed it, if you looked at the webpage from your phone app, it would say Warhammer.co and then a separate line for the M.
Oh, I was doing a stream, I don't know, maybe last month or something like that, just putting models together. And it turned into, the four of us on there or whatever, because I was looking for something on the Warhammer website to use as a picture of what I was putting together because the instructions sucked. And, I figured I'd do it that way. And the whole thing turned into, let's figure out how this website works. And I'm not kidding. We were on there for at least an hour trying to figure stuff out. It was crazy.
Let's be honest. The combined IQ was somewhere hovering around 80. I'm not going to lie, but still.
I was thinking 20, but.
Oh, okay. Well,
if you guys are watching The Outer Circle, he's an Australian guy,
oh my God.
heavily into the Heresy tabletop site, 30k. And around the time the new website was put on, he was doing a range review for the various Space Marine legions. And he had to, delay one of the legions because he was doing it in numerical order, and he had to delay about 2 or 3 weeks the series because I think either the White Scars or I don't know, somewhere in the middle tens, the legions weren't on the website, the items. You could search for them, but they did not turn. But the search didn't turn up anything. And the whole, I think, White Scar Legion was one entry. So it was a really good time around launch, and really good implementation.
Oh, so one of the things that I wanted to bring up is what I think Metronoid brought up last time was different tabletop games.
Yes.
And I know I mentioned it to you guys about Trench Crusade.
Yeah, you did.
I have a severe interest in Trench Crusade at this point. And I am going to show you why. Share screen. That's why. It has that aesthetic that scratches the grimdark itch while also being semi-heretical. Like, what about this one? There you go.
Or, I mean, just look at the blurb at the anchorite, the big walking, I don't know, mech thing.
Anchorite? Sin Eater?
It's not here.
Was that the walking?
Yes, that's
this thing.
Yes, the walking. Yes.
I do like that hospital ear or whatever you call her.
A zealot
Imagine why.
Welded into the walker, and the whales of suffering are driving the cultist around it into a frenzy.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the lore background on that thing, and then it's got a lamb hanging on the front of it that smears the lamb blood all over it so that the angels don't fucking attack them. Like the whole, in Egypt when they had to smear the lamb's blood, or otherwise the angel.
I was going to say how biblical of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing has like severe religious overtones.
Oh, what's that?
So,
I just saw one. Looks like it's. Oh, are they? Because there's a guy that looks just like he looks like almost a Krieg.
There's that guy.
It was further down. I don't know if it just might be fan art. It was like further down, and then stop right there in the middle. Yeah, I don't know if that's just somebody doing fan art or what.
No. There's a bunch that look like that. Look, inclusivity.
Yes, and the warhead on the pike.
Shut up, bigot.
But yeah, I'm waiting for. I think that right now they're still in like the Kickstarter phase, or doing phases.
They haven't announced the Kickstarter yet, but it will be this year, sometime.
Click on that hospital ear again.
This one.
Yeah, that's not what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know why you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't even there.
I bought a pair of female goblin rogues, so I think I hit a couple of check marks on the inclusivity page.
There you go.
How do you know they're female, bigot?
It literally says it on the blister pack.
Don't care.
Right? Don't care.
Oh, no. When I told you earlier that guy was arguing with two women, and he kept trying to say, well, I don't know who these people are. And somebody says, dude, literally, they're both women. His reply was, I'm not kidding. Hey, don't assume gender in this day and age. What's wrong with you? I'm like, fuck.
But yeah, like the premise behind it is that like the apocalypse happened and the Antichrist shows up. So now you have good versus evil in a futuristic setting to where demons and possessed people are walking around, and then you have the religious crusaders fighting against them, this, that, and the other. It sounds interesting.
Yeah,
Not only
it
that,
is.
all the art is, God, what's his name? Francina. Mike Francina? I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Is the one that's been doing all this concept art for it, and it looks fucking metal.
Yeah, I mean a tank with a pyre and some braziers with bodies in it. That's metal. That's grimdark.
Oh, and then the actual minis actually look kind of legit.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
They're riding the line with those guys on the right.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
real close. Real close.
They actually look pretty Souls-like.
They got
Yeah.
the wrong color though. I think they need to be like white.
Ah,
White and grimy, yeah.
Yep, white and grimy.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
What? What?
Nothing. Yeah, I agree with you, man.
What are those people? Metronoi would know. What are the people called in Spain that do the?
Yeah, that wear the
wall-
pointed, the wear the tall
can't
pointed.
remember what
Yeah,
they're called.
it's
Some of them are
it's
Catholics, I think.
Yeah.
Spanish
okay.
Catholic. Yeah, the Spanish Catholic celebration.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact, but yeah.
Well, what were you guys thinking?
oh, okay. Now I get it. Now I see. Hold on. How do I fucking do this?
Pointy hats? No.
Yeah, these guys.
Yeah, it's an Easter celebration.
Yeah. Yeah, there's I think they're Catholic.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
It's kind of an old school sect of Catholicism.
I don't think the Spanish are that old school of a sect for Catholicism. I mean, on the continent they are pretty mainstream.
That's probably left up to interpretation these days,
Yeah, very true.
considering the current pope.
Yeah, I put them in.
Yeah,
How
that's
controversial
right.
he is. What's that?
I was gonna say I put them in chat.
The Pope?
No, not the Pope.
Like, right on, man. You got some connections, dude.
Holiness. We got to talk, man.
I mean, His Holiness is a Jesuit priest from South America, so he's infused with the South American flavor of Catholicism. And
Well, that's kind of what's
socialism.
embarrassing to me. And I was Jesuit educated. In fact, I was well on my way to Notre Dame until some things happened to kind of change my plans. And that's why I'm like, brah, why you do? We finally get a shot at the Holy See, and this is what you do?
I'm just saying. I mean, if he were a real Pope, he'd have his own carnival. But I think they already did that.
Oh, God.
But I mean, this Strange Crusade is interesting because it for me it references the time after the end times and during 5th edition, when in Europe there was a big influx of new skirmish style games with stable rules and a stable rule set and well, better balance than GW, because at that time GW was really shooting itself in the foot.
They're still doing
in
that.
Eastern Europe. Yes, they are still doing that. And there was a big uptick in War Machine and Hordes, Malifaux, Batman, and what else? Infinity. And these are just from off the top of my head, but there were a lot of games coming into the various communities, and a lot of people picking up these games and putting down GW products because the rules were shit, the availability was shit, and I think we are going to see another surge of indie developers and smaller studios creating skirmish-style games to bite into the pie of this niche market, but not because precisely the rules are shit, but because the availability and GW's not marketing but general attitude is so bad that a lot of people are pushed away from Warhammer products.
I'm flipping through this, so Badger will leave me the fuck alone about these fucking Cadians.
Hey, I only said it once, I think.
And now he's going to put the models together on stream and not say a word.
That's all right.
But glue his fingers together.
I was doing homework. Now I'm procrastinating, putting this what do you call this thing? This green stuff halo light together. Not exactly. Well, I won't say it's hard, but it's definitely not. I don't think most people would have the patience for this.
Can't be as bad as Trash Truck.
Well, the good thing is that I have multiples of the Cadian sets. So looking at the variants, I can actually have like one of each.
You both
make Renegade Guard.
No, I only bought one box set, but then I bought like the individual Cadian sets when they came out. So it's like I've got duplicates.
Well, I don't know how those kit scale up, but maybe you should get the Renegade Militia upgrade kit, because those torsos and weapons are really sweet, but they are out of production for, I don't know, ages.
The what ones?
The Renegade Militia upgrade kit from Forge World, but it's been out of production for years. And I think it was scared for the older Guardsman kit.
Yeah, I think so.
But that was released for the Siege of Rugs books, and it was pretty sweet. But it was pretty pricey back then also. So
the only thing I would be concerned about this light is if your LEDs ever stopped working and you needed to get more. Finding 600 or 6,500 lumens seems to be a hard thing to do, which is the whole reason I bought it. And it's just an LED strip on a piece of Halo that I'm thinking about this. And I thought about it before, but I was like, I'll just give it a shot. I probably could have used PVC to actually make this Halo cheaper.
Don't stop a violin. Oh, a man.
I'm debating. I was sitting here. I'm looking at prices for the End of the Death Volume 2 and Volume 1. There's someone selling Volume 2. No, Volume 1 for $600. Echoes of Eternity. Fucking Echoes of Eternity, $700 fucking dollars.
Damn. That sucks.
Holy shit.
They must think it's hot right now.
Well,
iron is hot.
Yeah, because I mean, it's
yeah,
over.
And people with poor impulse control will jump into it because they have to finish the collection.
Yep.
Yeah, bare minimum 500. And then people selling just a standard hardcover. Jesus
Just
Christ.
wait it out, Weezy. Wait it out.
Well,
it will go down.
I mean, I have to. I'm not spending $400 on a fucking hardcover. I mean, I throw money away, but not like that.
You'll do it and you'll like it.
I don't love GW that much.
No, you don't love
And here-
scalpers that
My
much.
wife just said I do.
You're not paying. You're not paying GW. You're not paying GW. You're paying the scalper.
Yeah, exactly. They only pay GW $80.
My wife says if I want it, that I would do that, and if I want it bad enough, I will buy it. And she goes, but I understand that that's key. That I'll be looking for the divorce papers tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm
yeah.
joking. You what, honey?
I want it. It doesn't matter the cost. Because I get that way about items.
Yep.
That's
Well, shit. Can she buy it for me?
I'm telling you right now, if we ever win like the super lottery where we're Richard and George Soros or somebody like that, none of us in this group will be working ever again. We'll have our own GW because I will buy it out and we'll put it back the way it was. I know.
Oh, man.
Fantasy and all that.
I'm just saying.
Y'all are talking.
Do what?
Y'all are sitting here talking about the end and the death, and I'm still sitting here waiting for my
Horus Rising
signed collector's copy of Draco.
He's like, I'm still waiting on Horus Rising. Paperback edition.
Which, the mass market one or the smaller?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen listening to this, if you happen to buy this hoop lamp, you're probably going to need to purchase separately because it doesn't come with it the appropriate plug for your continent.
For what?
I have a European plug here, and there's no adapter.
Where did you bought that?
Green Stuff World.
Oh God!
Oh, that's a problem because they are Spanish, and the Spanish are hit in this regard.
You know what? Are you sure that's a 110 lamp?
Yeah, that part I made sure of, but
okay.
I would assume since I was on the American portion of it, that they
fool.
knew that I needed the right plug.
You fool!
I was just about to say that.
No,
know what they
no,
say about
they-
assuming.
Let's see.
No,
here. If I look at this,
they just buy the items in bulk and
on this
ship
box,
with European plugs.
on this box it says 100 to 240 volts. Yeah, so I'm sure I've got an adapter from contracting somewhere, but that's not the point.
Can't you just like Amazon one to you like tomorrow?
I won't get here by tomorrow, not where I live. But comes with an LED dimmer. Why would I want a dimmer if I wanted 6,500 freaking? Gah!
All you gotta do is gloss all your minis, and then you'll be able to see because the
hate
light
you.
will reflect.
I'll be blinded. What are you talking about?
Yeah, normal people like their eyesight. God damn it!
Exactly. Jesus.
Well, the
Oh,
salamanders like it moist, so.
Oh God, here we go.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. There's my reasoning.
And the
Something
custodies
came up
also
like-
like their baby oils, so.
So now I can't use the light that I've been waiting for. All right.
Yeah, not just
somebody was
that,
asking me
green
if I
stuff-
have the-
I picked up the Hobby Lobby magnifying headlamp, so I can get real personable.
Did you get over your fear of your airbrush yet?
No.
No. Listen to these guys.
Well, me neither. And I bought it 3 years ago.
Still sitting in the original packaging.
Oh yes, it's a Chinese makeup airbrush, but for base coating and others, my hobby circle back said it works really fine. It was really cheap when
You
olive
can
oil
pass
was
it on to your
available.
children, still in the packaging, called an heirloom brush.
But turning back to green stuff word, they have a really bad rap because they have been caught doing Photoshop work on artists' minis and posting them as their own display to go onto the website, and also trademarking items in Spain that have been done by other people. So engage with Green Stuff World at your own risk.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the stories about how they were trademarking things in other countries that were created by other people.
Yes, and I have
these...
from them paint tracks, but that's all I'm going to purchase from them, and that's as far as I'm concerned. Those were made by them from MDF, and that's the standard. So,
all right, guys, I got to ask a serious question here. Kind of off topic what we were talking about before. What do you think about this new Army Painter Fanatic series of paints? Because looking at it, it's like, oh my god, it's like the best thing I've ever seen. Like the amount of pigment and just how easily it applies. But obviously, they're using professional painter, and everything looks better on the commercial.
I haven't used them yet. I didn't even know those were a thing. I've been using the Speed Paint 2.0s. I fucking love those.
Yeah, look up the Fanatic line. They're advertising it really hard. So, yeah, but
I don't know.
I'm not crazy about the contrast and speed paints. I just can't get them to lay right, and they don't pull properly. I don't know if I'm not using dark enough base layers with Zenithal or whatever the slap chop or smash chop, whatever they call it. I don't know if I'm doing that right, but
there's ironically enough, if you're having issues with coffee staining, that is the one use for gloss varnish.
And then you throw it all over everything.
If you gloss varnish the model before you apply the speed paint, it takes the little micro pits out of the surface, and it stops most of the coffee staining from happening.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
That's a hot tip. Oh my god.
So primer it and then gloss it and then speed paint it?
Yeah, primer it, then zenithal so that you got your underpainting.
Yeah.
And then every part that you're going to use, quote unquote, contrast paint, because it's all contrast paint. Hit it with a layer of gloss varnish before you do it. The problem is that sometimes the way you did your salamanders, right? The way contrast paint is supposed to work, you want the coffee staining typically because that is what gets your base tone. So you have to be careful with it. If you don't want a pronounced base color and you want more of a blended shade, the varnish trick will work very well for that. But if you're trying to get a straight application of the way contrast paint works, you might have to use 2 coats.
So I'm gonna pivot here to something that I just read that pissed me the fuck off. The reason
that varnish sucks.
No, oh yeah, but apparently there are new eBay listings for eBay UK that are apparently the scalpers figured out a way to continue botting the US and the Japanese release. Because now there are listings popping up saying that they'll ship the book as soon as it arrives from the US or Japan. So
yeah, I believe it.
That's fun. That explains a lot. That's why I need to call that lady on Monday and be like, if you see one going to the UK, cancel that bitch and give it to me. I'll buy it right now.
Are they even going to be open on Monday?
They should be. Oh, it's a holiday, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they are
but
Monday.
I don't know that it's going to be a holiday for them though, because it's a UK company, no. So, I mean, I don't have Monday off.
Well, if it's the American branch, it's a possibility.
Well,
Is it MLK Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care about him.
Why? Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I could be wrong, but it did say it on my phone. It is.
Yep, tomorrow's Martin Luther King Day. So you might have to call those in England.
Well, I'll leave her a voicemail. Like I said, I got her direct line, so I'll leave her a voicemail that says something along those lines of, "Hey, please call me. I would like to spend money, please."
She's not gonna freaking call you back.
What? What do you want?
Europe.
The dog wants to go out, so he's in pester mode.
Oh,
Let the dogs out.
No, it's time for his walk. But you know,
Everybody, if you lose me, it's because I electrocuted myself.
If you do, can I have your stuff?
Oh boy, that's bright. That's really great.
he glossed his minis.
No, I did not. But now I know that.
Oh, he directly looked into 650 lumens.
Full of shit. This is 6,500 lumens. This is.
You can see the inside of his retinas now.
Is it racist that GE has on here because from General Electric it says foreign voltage adapter?
I don't think so.
Did you just ask if it was racist?
I did.
Well, it's foreigner. Come on, you know.
Well, yeah, it's a running joke because I was
Maybe they
called
mean
that in my
maybe
town
they
here.
mean the band.
Yeah,
I mean, if they called it an illegal adapter.
I mean, I was called a foreigner here in a town meeting. You know, somebody who served his country for 20 plus years and technically 30, but you know, whatever.
Well, I mean, given how we treat our veterans, that tracks.
Yeah. By a so-called conservative Christian.
Who?
I tell you. Huh?
Who?
Oh, this idiot that owns a sawmill down the road from me. You know, he's got his whole family thinks they own the town.
Ow!
Oh, I know that one.
Yep, definitely. I mean, right there, it's like, you know, call me a foreigner. Of course, he's also implying that my wife is as well, considering one, that we're, you know, not from here, but two, because she's Hispanic. Same people. I'm happy to say this, just especially for those of you that out there that may believe some bullshit from Twitter about any of us here being racist. So have an adopted son who's Mexican, full-blooded Mexican, and we weren't here even a week, and our neighbors are like, "So how's that Mexican boy working out for you?" I said, "What did you say?" "That Mexican boy you got working for you." I said, "You mean my son?" "Oh, I didn't mean nothing by it." And I'm like, "No, you meant what you said." Nothing else happened, so I can't give you a fight story or anything, but nothing else has ever been said again.
Well, it's just like when people talk about Hispanics around me. Like I look like a straight up white guy. It's just like I think I told y'all I went up to Missouri,
and I thought you were black.
We went out kind of bar hopping up in Missouri, and this guy finds out, you know, you're sitting there. He's just like, "Oh, y'all are from Texas." I was like, "Yeah, we're from Texas," and then proceeds to tell me the most racist joke he can think of. And I'm just like, is that the stereotype? Like, you see a Texan, you're like, I gotta tell a joke about black people or what? Like, what? What was the thought process behind that?
I made a pretty good Mexican joke earlier.
Oh, I make them all the time, but I'm allowed.
Somebody said that they had accidentally snorted that Tajin seasoning. And I said, is that a methamphetamine?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Wow. Who snorts tahini?
Look, all I know
Mexicans?
is that we put hot sauce on everything.
Oh, that's true.
You do. It's because you have no taste in food.
Yeah, but do you wash your chicken?
No.
Oh, good follow-up.
Only when I'm making sleepy chicken.
Because if you don't wash it, you don't spice your food if you don't wash it in dawn.
Hell.
Oh, Cornelia said.
Palm olive.
Cornelia said something about the water brush cleaner. I actually picked up that Army Painter wet palette thing. It's actually pretty nice. Just saying.
I ordered one from overseas when I got my Chimera paint set. Haven't even used it yet.
I don't know
I've
why
got
it's got to
the
be overseas. Why can't it
I
be
got the
under?
Redgrass creative.
You can't get
Whip
Chimera's paints here in the States.
See,
Not
my
local.
problem is that I have too many different types of paint. So, like, I have a fuck ton of Vallejo, a fuck ton of Army Painter, a bunch of GW paints.
Nothing
It's
wrong
like,
with that.
yeah, but I don't have anywhere to put them anymore. Like, I just got the iridescent of the inks that you said.
Got some wall space over there, I see.
My
No, I
problem is
don't.
I get acrylic envy. Like I see people, they'll do something with a paint, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have that paint. And then I look up where to find it. Like the AK is really popular, and it's like, oh man, I can't get AK anywhere reliable. There's like a mega hobby store online, but everything's out of stock, so it's not even like I can buy them. You know, and then I look and Monument Hobbies got their paints, but the range is so limited. Like and everybody talks, I can't say everybody. I'm not gonna lambast the entire acrylic culture. I'm saying everybody, but a lot of people like their titanium white. Well, I'm not
Honestly.
gonna buy like a $100 starter set just to get a titanium white, you know. And then if I were to buy it by the bottle, I'm still paying $30 for shipping. It's like I can't justify that cost in my head. So
Well, I ended up
envy.
picking up the Liquitex inks that Torolf was like, oh, you need to buy these. So I got the first set of those, which I actually like using them with a brush, not an airbrush.
No, they're fine with a brush too. I mean, any application you would put ink on a model, you know, airbrush, brush, doesn't matter.
But I got the iridescent set, so it's like I'm gonna try those for highlighting.
Yeah, let me know how that works out for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, those
I think when
Liquitex acrylic paint sucks, but those inks are great.
I think I'm just gonna learn how to like paint non-metallic metal, and I'll just do all like gray shades, and then just come back over everything with like high quality ink, so that I only have to learn how to paint one way, and then I'll just change the color, depending on what ink I apply. Remember, as children, okay, we'll use purple ink.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the foundation of slab chop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get the underpainting, and then just come in and stain it whatever colors you want with the inks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a fundamental dislike for non-metallic metals because I don't know. I think it's overused.
You're old school. You want metallic metals because that's how we did it growing up, right?
Not just that. I think it looks good from one angle, and that's all. And on display pieces, on competitions like Monte San Savino, it can look really good. But
only from that direct angle that you're looking at it, yeah.
Yes. So long as you have the desired perspective and the desired, angle of attack. Mm-hmm. But on gaming PCs and on the tabletop, from about an arm length away, it loses its luster and it just looks brown or gray depending on the color you're looking for.
It's like any advanced painting technique. If you're not good with it, then you have to be really good at it to get stellar results.
Yes, and I respect those who can perform it at a very high level, but the majority I see on gaming pieces just looks like shit. Since it's done by novices who are learning the technique, but and this is not to put them down, but it always comes out janky when it's on a small mini on the tabletop next to other small minis.
So if you guys can see my screen, that was a Golden Demon finalist. Like that looks good without going like full blown metallic. in my opinion.
I mean, it literally looks perfect. I mean, it's very well done.
Yes, but the shame that it is in the Golden Demon competition and not something like Savino or some other.
Well, he's selling
Because,
it.
yes,
He only wants 85 pounds for it.
That's what's that, like 135 US?
Something like that.
Well,
Yeah,
given the amount of green stuff work the custom had, I think he's underselling it, and the amount of work he put in, he's underselling it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure people would pay more for that. It looks really, really good.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about it. Because if it took him 10 hours to paint that, right? 10 hours, we'll just say, in US, he's making $13 an hour for selling that, and how you can work at McDonald's making 15.
And it was and calculating the price of the mini because it was, I don't know, it was, I think, a Kill Team mini plus the green stuff work plus the the equipment, the amortization of the brush. Yeah,
diminishing returns, man.
Yeah, that's why I hate eBay, because if you order it from I don't know, painting service, a figure like this easily, I think 150 to 200 starting.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up. I'm sure most of y'all have seen what is it, the Squidmar Miniatures channel?
Yeah.
How he does those, send it out to professional painters and see what comes back.
Yeah, on Fiverr.
Yeah. And then he gets some that look amazing, and then other ones that are supposedly professional that look like something I would do.
That's like there's a guy on Instagram. He does like Second Life for miniatures. Like he takes terribly painted miniatures, and redoes them for people. It's
eBay miniature rescue.
I've seen that.
Yeah, the miniature rescue. Yeah.
Hold up, I just realized, did Badger electrocute himself?
Looks like it.
I didn't hear it before he left, so I don't know.
No.
Well, he just cut out, so
popped his breakers.
Well, he said if he disappears, it's because he shocked himself. I can just imagine that.
Or the feds got to him.
That's good content, man. You got to get that on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, along with his Trump impression, that's probably what got him.
Right. That was awful.
Oh, I just now saw. Okay. So we already Metroid, you brought up the tabletop thing. I brought up Trench Crusade. I don't know what you had in mind.
Well, I just wanted to hear from you what other games, other than Games Workshop product, have you engaged or are you engaging with?
I mean, Games Workshop takes all my fucking money, so I can't afford to go into other hobbies.
Because if I look back at my shelf, I can safely say that after I jumped out of 40k and sold my Marines, I went into War Machine. I got 3 armies there, and I started on the company with the release of War Machine Mark IV and the New King of the Old faction. I got a shitload of Infinity from N2 up until the latest releases, and a bucket load of Batman minis from the tabletop game.
Well,
and these are just the big ones I can remember off the top of my head.
I was gonna say.
And Malifaux. Sorry, Malifaux as well.
I think Man vs. Minis, you were the one that was painting the BattleTech stuff, wasn't it?
No, I don't do BattleTech.
Who's doing BattleTech?
I am.
Oh, the butt plug is.
No.
So.
I paint GW
Yeah, no,
stuff,
I
and I'll buy
was gifted.
WizKids.
Yeah, I was gifted a bunch of stuff, but for the rest of the mech battalion I'm building, I'm going to be going 3D print.
Oh, Cornelius brought up the Night Lords that are coming. The kill team. I need that fucking kill team. I need it. I need more Chaos Marines.
That's
Yeah, I'm
just an
definitely-
upgrade. That's just an upgrade, Spruce. So
Is it really? No, it's not. It's a kill team.
It's a kill team box.
kill team box, but an upgrade sprue.
Oh, I
there
see
you
what I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
So you
it
got
looks
the
good.
regular sprue for the Chaos Space Marine squad and an upgrade sprue. I think.
Okay. Well, hopefully they
Yes.
sell that. Hopefully they sell that that sprue individually later on, because I have Chaos Marines in half of my. I think there's some in my Soul Forge box. Wrath of the Soul Forge King that I would like to convert.
Yeah, well, look for it in half a year to a year time, and it will be
My pile of
unava-
potential, I'll be okay to wait.
It's fine.
and it will be unavailable because the scalpers.
Yeah,
buy
the
it
scalpers are
in
going to
bulk.
buy everything, and then they're going to charge $800 fucking dollars for a $20 kill team.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's very
The
unfortunate.
doggy is something happened with the dog.
Okay.
Well, did you let him out?
He decides he loves his weather, so.
Well, he's going to check. But
Who?
Wheezy, as I can
Dog?
see.
No, it was a joke. Is who let the dog out?
yeah. But I don't know. I wanted to talk about the Batman
take him out
minis
later.
because I don't know if you remember
He wants to go
These-
run around.
the late 2000s were when the Nolan films came out.
Yeah.
And after that came out the Batman Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how, but a small Spanish company managed to snag the Batman Arkham, the Warner Batman license to make a tabletop game. The first and these were the gangs from the Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knights games. So, so think of
that's
Joker,
pretty awesome.
Two-Face, Penguin, and the mercenaries, and the various Batmans from it. And I have the books from them. The first iteration was very heavy. It was a hard game to master because it was very very dependent on order activation and resource management before the turn. But it was a really fun game, and the Batman in the game was like on the PC. It was a beast, and it could deal out a lot of damage, but you were playing for objectives, and for the price of one Batman, you got 3 or 4 goons from another warband or band, and the aesthetic of the game was very much like the PC games. So if you like those aesthetics, if you played those games, you were right at home. And after the DC, after the Arkham games were finished, and DC comic stuff started creeping in, because they had to have new releases and they had to have new models. It was starting to get a more goofier and comic-y vibe. And
So Adam West Batman.
sorry?
So Adam West style Batman.
Not Adam West style Batman. Think of the new 52 and so the comic stuff that DC was rolling out at the time. And the game changed as well. I didn't play with the second edition rules, and the third edition is now effectively a deck building game where you have 30 objective cards. You have I don't know how many in your hands, and these and your objective is not on the ground to I don't know wrestle from the opposition, but on the card various statuses and conditions that you have to achieve to score a point, and this relies very heavily on a bigger size group on the table and the deck building aspect of the game. And also the fact that they started to phase out the old minis and started not supporting them, while the power creep is coming in. So I don't know if you read the Batman comics. I don't read them. I just see what the new releases are, and one of the new releases is straight from the comics. A Vietnamese guy who is a Batman ally, costs 20-something points, has a special ability that grants him an extra die again on attack and on defense on Joker affiliated models, and costs the same as a henchman. And it's I don't know. It's really goofy, and the power creep is there because for 20-something points you have a very capable melee fighter with extra dice on attack, on defense. It's just there to tank, a Joker crew. Meanwhile, the Amazons from the Snyder movie, so Bridget Nielsen and the other Amazon models have been nuked from the app. And I'm sitting here with those beautiful models, and I think I have one of the last Wonder Woman on Warhorse models in Europe. I managed to snag it from I think Element Games back in the day, and I couldn't use them because they have no rules. And when I used them, when they had rules, they did not have a specific objective deck. They had a generic one, and those generic cards did not work with those models. So,
I mean, that sucks.
Yes, it sucks. It is the same with my War Machine. When I got out of Warhammer, I got very heavily into War Machine, namely Signar. And when the Retribution came out, I got in very heavily into that as well. But after a time, I realized that, 2 War Machine armies for 1 salary, it's not sustainable. So I sold the Retribution and stayed with Signar. But when the Crucible Guard came out, it was the second to last army of Mark III. I sold my Signar stuff and poured all the money into the Crucible Guard because it was a very finicky but very good army, because they have resistance to fire, they have resistance to poison, but they deal out poison and fire damage. And it's like a Krieg army in steampunk. So everybody has gas mask, everybody has goggles, and it's a it's a very interesting and very good faction because they have ups and downs, and the casters are either glass cannons or they can buff themselves up, but they get penalized for that, or army support, and it has a very good playstyle and very interesting units. One of the units was capable of distributing extra points between his stats, so it can be faster or hit harder or hit better. And with the coming of the 4th edition War Machine, Private Rip has decided that all of the previous armies, called legacy armies, are now in the shitter. They are not going to produce more of them. They will be available until stock last, and they are going to.
So it's the GW business model.
Yes.
Anytime in tabletop I hear the word legacy, I have enough experience with tabletop to know that it's going to be a shit show every time.
Yes, because Mark IV was sold to us, the player base, as everything will be available, everything will be supported. We are just going to move forward the plot and introduce new factions. And they, on the back end, they got rid of their old manufacturing capabilities and moved to a new 3D printing. And well, nuke the old faction because and in the new rules, the 5-man medium base, so 40mm base infantry became 3-man unit, and the 10-man 30mm base small base infantry became 5-man. And I really hate it when they invalidate my purchase and say that, okay, half your army you paid for has to stay home.
Well, I wouldn't say that it applies to GW because all the people that had all their old world shit, original Warhammer Fantasy stuff, just either sold it or burned it.
Oh no, I kept it.
You
the
did?
Majority of the yes. I still have the Breton army I had with 8th edition.
Oh.
And 7th. So and the fantasy crew did not go away. They made an unofficial 9th edition. And there were community tournaments and the community kept the game alive.
Well, all I'm seeing now is people bitching about the old world stuff. Like I've seen very little positive stuff. I mean, outside of the few people that are fanatical about GW releases, it's like the reception is very meh.
Well, because it's, how can I put it, half-assed like all GW stuff. Because they have the list of factions they are going to support and have the list of factions that will be only supported by PDF rules. Because they will be not available in the old world because it's a smaller version of the Warhammer Fantasy. But
I don't even understand how that makes sense. How are you going to make a smaller version of something that's already massive that you fucking killed off?
Well, from what I understand about the old world stuff, they are going to focus on Bretonia, the Empire, the Wood Elves that are there, and the Warriors of Chaos, and I don't know, the Orcs, because they are always the antagonist, and they are there to bash skulls in and get bashed in, and the Tomb Kings and such, because it's set 350 years before the events of the end times. But then again, we are talking about neutering the setting, because that means that the majority of the Empire line is, not there.
Yeah, useless.
Because
Gone.
not just useless and gone, but haven't been invented.
Yeah.
Because the general on Griffon or car fronts model is not there because there is no car fronts and there is no Deathclaw. The various Imperium mages are not there because tech lists still haven't, in the timeline of the old world, tech lists still haven't created the 8 colleges of magic. So no mages, no Celestial Hurricane, and no horse-drawn carriages for the Empire.
Wait, wasn't somebody talking about how like Kislev has magic or something like that? I thought I remember somebody talking about that.
Kislev has ice magic, but Kislev is separate from the Empire. Kislev is between the northern wastes and the Empire's northern provinces.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody was bitching that like, oh well, she's got a magic ice weapon and all this other crap. I was like, what?
Yes, in Total War they fleshed out the Kislev faction, and they implementing that retroactively into Warhammer, into the tabletop, because the last Kislev models came with the, I don't know, 5th edition Storm of Chaos campaign or something like that. But on the baseline infantry, the gunpowder hasn't made his way into the Empire, so no handgunners. And fewer war machines, so no Hellfire rocket, and the steam tanks are gone as well, I think, because steam tanks are dwarf, well, made with dwarven inventions.
In other words, they got rid of all the fun stuff.
Yes. Yes,
and it almost sounds like, from what little I know of either setting, they're basically turning it into Age of Sigmar 2.0.
Yeah. With the fantasy skin, not this weird amalgamation of fantasy and sci-fi that they tried to do with Age of Sigmar. I don't know.
Well, yes, and I don't know. I feel like everybody would be better off if they just fill their collections with kits they need, they couldn't buy last time before they went away, because they are, well, using the same old molds they used in 8th edition and before, and going back to the metal minis. So that's the only good thing that comes out of the old world. Because as a Bretonnian player, I look at the painted up Bretonnian armies that they display, and I think, okay, how are we justifying that every noble looks the same?
Yeah.
And when a knight army made of nobles is very much colorful, because everybody has their own heraldry, everybody has their own barding on their horses. The only uniformity is on the shield design of the peasant men-at-arms. There.
Yeah, the reason why heraldry was so colorful was because that's how they said, oh, that's that dude over there.
Yes,
I know who that is.
Yes, precisely. They know that, okay, he's with me. I'm not going to drive a lance through his stomach.
Yeah.
And now the justification is that, oh, they are using the color of their liege lords. Well, fuck that. That's stupid. That contradicts the 6th edition Warhammer fantasy Bretonnian army book, and contradicts the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th edition lore. So I don't know how we are going to evolve the setting in 350 years to change a custom that was in place before and after.
GW, if you're listening, just make the STL available so I can print Chaos Dwarves. You know, if you're not going to sell them again, just sell me the STL. That's all I'm saying.
I think you can find pretty good replacements on Etsy and various STL sites, and you don't need to pay GWU.
Yeah, but
because
I like those classic miniatures. You know, I like those classic Chaos Dwarves with their ridiculous hats, and you know.
Oh, so some of those old models, some of those old minis. I'm not into Warhammer Fantasy, but I get some of those just because they're so damn goofy.
Hold on one second, guys. I'm driving and somebody fell.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Somebody fell?
Yeah, it sounded like that.
That's concerning. Just heard I'm driving and somebody fell. I was like,
yes.
Hold on. And I think we lost See that. Yeah.
No, I'm here.
What?
Just had nothing to contribute to the conversation.
Nothing. Well, contribute about your games. What you play aside from GW products.
I just assumed that Badger's wife called you and said that he fucking shocked himself, and now he...
Well, then I would
Now
be
you are
packing
on your
to go
way.
up there and take a shit.
I mean, do you know what happened to him? Did he just...
No. They've got a home-based business, so he might have got called away on that.
That makes sense. All right, just making sure he didn't fucking 6,500 lumen himself to death or something.
Oh shoot! All right, guys, I'm sorry about that. I went to pick up dinner, and you guys have been with me to my voyage to the China Cafe, and I'm like walking down the street. And we just had like a blizzard of 2 feet of snow 2 days ago, and there's this old guy and he falls in it. So I had to jump out of my car and help him up.
Yeah, that's where I was sitting here. I was like, I just heard I'm driving and somebody fell. And I was like, wait a minute.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So I just stood minding my own business, and I watched this dude like face plant. So older guy is like, let me get out and help him.
I mean, that's kind of like what happens here. Anytime it freezes, it's like, I don't know. Nobody knows how to drive on ice or at all, for that matter. So, you'll be going somewhere, and then you'll see somebody just sort of like fishtail or slide into a pole or.
Oh no! This guy was walking, and he fell like coming out of like a snowbank, like up from the sidewalk onto the street. So, just I had to jump out and help him up. Man, I felt that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like up there where you're at, I'm sure y'all are used to it, but down here, it's like everybody loses brain cells. So...
Oh yeah.
And that's a mild way to put it.
Yeah, I'm in northern Illinois, and I have a facility outside of Houston, Texas, that I audit twice a year. So I fly down there. So I got a good relationship with the shop manager down there, and he goes, man, you got so many pictures of that snow. Apparently made national news and whatnot. And he can't believe his mind. He just can't wrap his head around how much, how fast and much it falls. So
yeah, it's just like that. What was it, 2021 or something, that it froze down here for like a week? It was like the apocalypse.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and then like all the people with those Google Nest things, Google was regulating their home temperatures, and it's like, who the fuck gave you permission to do that? So
yeah, and to top it off, our power grid failed, so there was several million people without power for a week straight in freezing temperatures. It's like that the worst that could happen happened. So now anytime they're like, oh, we're gonna have like a hard freeze, everybody flips out.
Well, it makes you feel better, It's negative 16 here right now. I got 2 feet of snow on the ground, and I'm walking around in Crocs.
Yeah, no, like 30 degrees in Texas is like, no, everybody shuts down and stays home.
Yeah.
Luckily, those Florida people don't have to deal with that. They got fucking sunshine and crocodiles all year round.
Yeah. I know.
Well, down here, if it gets below 60, people lose their shit.
It gets below 60 and you got iguanas falling on your head when you're walking around.
That is a legitimate problem, yeah. They literally tell you if it goes below like 50, look up as you're walking around because they will fall out of trees.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the funniest public service announcement.
And the thing about Floridians is they're like, okay. It's just like, well, fucking duh.
It's like the Florida guy.
Cult of Branch Floridians.
Yeah,
Branch Floridian.
That Florida man meme is a reason, you know. It's like if it can happen over there, it will happen.
Well, the worst part is we have a law in Florida called the Sunshine Law that any crime over a certain level must be publicly put out there. So, for example, like in the paper. So that's why you see all these Florida things. It's like, it's not that it doesn't happen everywhere. It's just here we literally brag about it.
Oh.
We put it in local news sources. Like, y'all ain't going to believe this shit, but.
Oh, that's so.
Trying to rob a McDonald's with an alligator.
Where we're at.
The alligator, the guy that threw the alligator into the fucking Wendy's. Yeah.
That is my favorite Florida man story.
I've never heard this.
Yeah, he basically he just drove up to a Wendy's and like ordered when he came up to the pay window, he just threw an alligator through the window.
Ah.
Why? Because he had an alligator.
So where I'm at, right? So I live in Illinois, but I'm right on the Iowa border, you know, and the Mississippi River separates us. But it's like the whole area is called the Quad Cities. You know, it's everybody's kind of quaint and familiar with each other, type of thing. And it acts as like one chamber of commerce unit for all four towns. And so on the Iowa side, though, Scott County, they do this mugshot website. So if you get picked up for anything, your ass goes on that website, and everybody knows everybody's business. You know, so if you end up on that website, everybody knows because everybody looks at it. So it's like one of those funny things.
I always forget that Cornelius is Australian, and I don't know. To me, Australia is like upside down world, where everything tries to fucking kill you, or you know, consistently on fire.
That's all that. Oh, nice.
Kind of like Texas, but with the kangaroos.
Well, that's what I try to tell people about Florida all the time. I'm like, we're kind of Australia's little cousin. And this one Australia's like, oh, well, you don't have these. I'm like, dude, we got crocs, alligators, 15-foot constrictor snakes, anthills that can literally kill you from stinging you, sharks, fucking bugs nobody's ever heard of, 2 or 3 types of poisonous spiders.
What about those drop bears?
Drop bears?
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, koalas, man. Come on.
Oh, no. We don't have enough trees for that shit. But
don't forget the angry Cubans.
Drop bears are not koalas.
Yeah, we have
drop bears.
Yeah, we have angry Cubans, and they're now starting to find monitor lizards.
Neat.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so and people are like, "What's it like in Florida?" I'm like, "Have you ever seen Land of the Lost?" Yeah, that. Just we're just fucking Land of the Lost.
Cornelius, if you're still watching, I need you to ship me a wombat. I don't care how you do it.
Is it a combat wombat, though?
It will be once it gets to Texas.
Cornelius is my dude. I want to give him a shout out. Solid dude. Awesome dude. So shout out to Cornelius from Derek, Man vs. Miniatures.
Possum dude, you said?
Yes.
I still want the wombat.
Yeah, he's an awesome possum.
You want a Polish dictionary as well?
I know one word. Kurwa.
Bober.
That too.
Bubala?
Wait, you don't know pierogi or kielbasa?
Well, that's food. I mean, all I'm saying is that if I were to show up in Poland, I would know how to harass the local wildlife.
Are you considering the Poles part of the wildlife? Or
No, dude, there's like literal playlists on YouTube of Polish people harassing beavers and all kinds of shit.
Well, these are the same people that had a fucking grizzly bear for an artillery sergeant in World War II. So,
well, I noticed that Metronoid went real quiet after I brought that up.
I mean, they're my people. I mean, they're my mother's people. So I really can't say anything. It explains a lot about my family. I'm just going to put that right out there.
I'm just going to say something. Polak Wenger, dwa bratanki. So leave it just that.
I keep offering the Polish government, hey, if you need another guy to train your people how to use M1 tanks, yo, I'm right here. You know, y'all can hire me. I'm not asking for much.
I'm just saying.
Bring me on over.
Poland has been an especially based country with all the shit that's been happening.
Well,
I gotta give it to them.
Sounds like they're starting to not be after some of the shit I've seen after the most recent elections.
Yeah.
Aw. That's
Well,
unfortunate.
that's just politics. That's just politics. Polish people are... Well, their balls have descended. Let's just say that. And they really fucking hate the Russians, so... And love America, so...
But they kind of hate everybody, don't they? Because basically everybody's tried to shit on them at some point, so it's kind of a universal we hate everybody thing.
Not really. Not really. They dislike the Germans. That's a given.
Doesn't everybody?
Who doesn't?
That's a given. But how to put it?
I just read that the Polish army just bought 1,000 septic tanks.
Oh God, here we go.
As soon as they learn how to drive them, they're going to invade Belarus.
Here we go.
Well,
I think the Poles getting a bunch of M1s in reality is probably fucking with people's heads. They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
the Poles decided that they need to ditch the Soviet era equipment they
Oh
had.
yeah, absolutely.
And they need to upgrade not just the tanks but the air force as well. So they are standing in line for that as well. And they decided that Rheinmetall and the German Republic is not a very good and reliable partner in that regard. Plus,
No, all things considered, no, they're not.
Plus, if you look at the map, they have borders with the Russian satellite Belarus. They have borders with Russia itself, and they are very close to Kaliningrad. And the land bridge between Kaliningrad and mainland Russia leads to the southwest Baltic state. I think that's Lithuania and Poland. And they are pretty fucking done with Belarus shipping in migrants from the Middle East into the Belarusian Polish border.
That is still one of my favorite videos to watch is when they get out there with the water cannons.
In the middle of winter.
In the middle of winter, the Poles have water cannons at the Belarus border. It's basically the cannons are just big fuck off signs as far as the Poles are concerned. It's like, go away. We don't want you.
I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah. They basically they put water cannons there. They don't give a shit how cold it is. They just fucking shoot. And they're just spraying them. And they're like, oh, you have to accept these people. Huh. No.
No. Yeah.
Like, I love this shit.
And not just that, there was an incident that a weapon was discharged on the Polish side and struck a migrant on the Belarusian side. And the Polish authority just said, somebody tripped.
Exactly.
They have it.
Whoops, sorry, bitch.
So I'm watching this video right now.
Cannons? Water cannons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh god, like I said, it explains my fucking family so much. It's like,
well, that in the border looks like a demilitarized zone with all the barbed wire and shit.
oh yeah, there's no fucks to give there.
Yes, and after that after the Russians were unsuccessful on Poland trying to ship in migrants from the Middle East, they tried it with Finland. And Finland closed its border. Finland closed its border to Russia, except the northernmost border crossing. That's where you can apply. But then they closed that as well, so now the migrants can bike around on their Russian bikes in the winter, however they like it.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, that's the Polish-Belarusian border. That's that's a sign of go away. We don't want you.
I mean, I hope we're getting close to that here. I really do.
Well, I think it's very telling that the Biden administration is fighting back by sending official federal forces down to try to say you can't do that, and the Texans are like, really?
Yeah, Greg Abbott's like, the fuck we can't. But then again, he's been fighting with them for what, like the past, ever since Biden took office?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, okay, why are you, I mean, and we know why, but it's literally they're going full mask off on, look, we're letting these people in for reasons, and you're just going to have to deal with it, bigot.
Yeah. Cheap labor, and honestly, if we're speaking freely, to dick over underprivileged black people.
Well, they're going to find a way to give them the vote without citizenship. They're going to have some kind of immigrant vote system. They're going to try to ramrod that shit through. And the minute they do, they will never leave office, at least on a federal level.
I mean, what was it? NBC just came out with an article just flat out admitting that there's a coalition put in place to keep Trump off the ballot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, huh. I mean, you might not like the guy, but that doesn't sound very democratic to me. Same thing with, what was it? Up in Canada, some guy that was trying to interview one of Trudeau's people and ended up getting thrown in jail and assaulted and shit.
Just grab the fucking guy.
Yeah. But, you know, it's the way of the world at this point, unfortunately.
I mean,
oh, we lost Man vs. Minis too. Well, that's fine. We're already at the 3-hour mark?
Yeah, I was going to say we just about hit the
cutoff mark.
Start looking over at me, Mark.
Yeah. But like I said, that guy won. What was his name? The Levi something? I don't remember what his name was. I have to go back.
Yeah.
So as much as I hate to do it, I put the link in Discord so that way he can just join in. And then I can ship him his shit. But you know, I might do another one next month because I've been sitting on a hardcover Horus Heresy book that I bought a duplicate of. That's basically brand fucking new.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've got several. I think I have 3 or 4 that are sitting under my shelf that when I was on like an eBay buying spree, I was just buying duplicates of shit I already had because I didn't know what I had.
That's the best problem you have.
Yeah, until you realize that it was a waste of money.
You are pissed. You are muy pissed. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, if you look closely, you can see the steam rising from his head.
Oh, so. I mean, I don't blame him. He's fucking big mad.
Well, I'm less mad now. I don't know. The apathy has already set in of they don't care, so I'm not going to go as hard on going after stuff, you know. moving forward. I mean, if they come out and they're like, all right, we're gonna do a 54 book set about the scouring or something, I'm gonna be like, all right, that's cool.
Well, again, that's what I said. I've just adopted the whole. Oh fuck it, I'll just. I'm happy with the Kindle. That way, I could take my collection with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And until I either redo my bookshelves and do all that, I'm running out of room as it is. So
you need a bigger house.
Yeah, I do. We're getting there. We're getting there. If the U.S. doesn't collapse before the next election, God willing, I will have moved.
You staying in Texas?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the only way I was gonna leave it was if Sheila Jackson Lee got elected. If she got elected, I was gonna. I'm out.
Yeah, that didn't happen because as funny as it would have been.
Oh, that would have been a disaster. But thankfully, that's no longer an issue. I was like, please don't let people be that stupid.
But they were that stupid.
But this in Morgan
What was the name
Freeman's
of that?
voice.
What was the name of that one guy that keeps running for governor of Texas and keeps getting his ass handed to him every
Beto.
damn time? I can't.
Beto fucking O'Rourke.
Beta. Just call him Beta.
Beto, fake
the Grand
fucking
Governor.
Mexican O'Rourke. Fuck that guy. And if you got a fucking Beto bumper sticker, fuck you too. That dude, that's what pisses me the fuck off. And now, see, you just riled me up. I was about to go fucking be productive and shit. Now I gotta sit here
and have a beta meltdown.
That dude, he's a straight up white guy. Beto is fucking white. His last name is O'Rourke. The only reason he made his name Beto is because his dad told him it would help him with the Mexican voter base.
But his name isn't really. It's like Sean Patrick Kennedy O'Rourke or some shit.
He uses that shit to pander to Hispanics, and fortunately, Hispanics are like, that's bullshit.
Wait a minute. I think it's actually John. It's like John
something Francis O'Rourke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like John Francis O'Rourke. JF. He was going to JF Kennedy.
That motherfucker's about as Mexican as Taco Cabana. Just saying.
Yeah. Just because he's about as Mexican as I am, which is I'm not.
Robert Francis O'Rourke.
There we go.
There,
Robert
yes.
Francis, yeah. My wife's telling me, she goes, your fucking dark tie character looks more Mexican.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
He does. She's like, oh, make his skin darker, give him that mustache. I'm like, I just made Pancho Villa. What are you doing?
It was like after the whole Uvalde school shooting. Like, he showed up and was just like, all right, time to take everyone's guns away. It's like, no, dude. Just because the police department fucked up doesn't mean that you're going to take away everyone's guns.
Okay. If you've been out in that part of the world, Weezy, back this up. The question I constantly have, I've been twice to Uvalde. Literally to the town. It's about that fucking big, and my fingers are pressed together. Where the fuck did all those cops show up so quickly?
Yeah.
It's a tiny ass, and it is like way out in West Texas.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't. I mean, it had to have been the entire police force for the city at the time. And even then, they were just standing around doing nothing.
But it was the entire police force for the city and the county.
Yeah.
And it is, again, way out in fuck off nowhere, Texas. And like half of the goddamn state showed up. And I'm like, who the fuck are all you people? Why are you standing around?
Well, that was just it, is that they told them not to go in. It's like, okay, then what the fuck are you doing there? You're going to wait for the guy to come out and then you're going to shoot him? Yeah, but, that was the point of contention that at its peak with all these shootings about people going, oh, see, this is why we need gun control. There are more fucking guns in Texas than people.
This is Florida. It's
like, and God forbid you say, hey, I'm coming to collect. That's one way to kill your fucking campaign, but that man has not given up.
Listen, as somebody who is not American and has no dogs in this fight regarding guns and gun grabbing, one thing is that you don't give up your rights. So if you have a right given to you, like the Second Amendment, you don't give up it. You don't give up because that creates a precedent regarding other rights.
Yeah.
Because it happened, and since the American legal system and is on precedent based, it is a real danger. That's one thing. The other thing is, from my perspective as an outsider looking in, you don't have a problem with the guns. You have a problem with the value of life. And those who are advocating for gun grabbing and more gun control, effectively saying that the individual who does not value life is more valuable than your right to self-defense.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they make no bones about that in like California, New York, places like that. It's like they would rather somebody break in and you run away than to fucking deal with the criminals.
No, if you value my stuff more than your life, well, then I agree. I value my stuff more than your life too.
Yeah.
Well, look at that case that they just decided not to charge the guy, the one that was the little, was it taqueria or something like that? And he's like sitting there eating his dinner. It's dark outside. He's busted his ass all day. Been some dude just working. And guy just comes in and starts waving a fucking gun around to rob the place. And I'm like, what are you going to get $20 in cash?
Are you talking about the one that happened here?
Yeah, yeah. And then he went to go out the door and homeboy just stood up, bored, tired, bang.
Yeah.
And when the guy went down, he put two more in him, and they're like, that was revenge shooting. No, that's called you don't get the fuck back up.
And he had a fake gun.
Yeah. And they said that. He had a fake gun. You don't know that.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, because, listen, I have an MP5 SD5 and an FNX 45 airsoft guns. You are not going to tell the difference if you look at them.
Not
if
in
you
a
have
hurry,
to look
especially
at them.
in a hurry.
Well,
I have seen
MP5s
MP5s up close because I worked in proximity with law enforcement units that have them. And mine, if I put on my airsoft gear, looks just the same. From the FNX, you have to take out the magazine, or I don't know how you call it. What is the proper terminology? You have to take out the magazine from the well to register that it's not an original because it has the same weight and has the same weight distribution.
Well, the thing is that, you know, all like you, as you put it with these gun grabbers, is that all you're doing is taking guns out of the hands of people that have legally acquired them. Do you think the criminals are going to give a shit? Fuck no.
Nope.
And you're not doing any good. Why? Because they're already not going to follow the law. Why the fuck would they turn in their shit? Oh, there's a new law that says nobody can own a gun. Oh, okay, here you go. No.
Yes, it only works in Australia because they went around and collected every fucking gun they had. No exceptions.
Yeah,
but still they have gun
in
crime.
the US, you know.
But they still have gun crime.
Yeah.
Or look at the UK.
I was about to say the UK.
Very hard to get a license to a firearm in the UK, and then you have very strict regulations how you can store them and you can carry them with you. And the UK police has been declawed basically because they have special firearm officers, and the normal Bobby just have a truncheon.
Well, they're more worried about people being misgendered than, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. So what do street gangs use? Knives.
Yep.
And the biggest problem is knife crime. and they are going around and collecting butter knives, from butter knives to machetes, everything, because, oh no, it can be used.
Yeah, it's the same progressive ideology of, I want this ideal utopia that's not going to occur, because at the end of the day, criminals are still going to remain criminals. So
yes, but it's also the influx of not native people, because
I like he's like, I gotta come up with a word.
Yeah, there was a pause.
yes, I have to come up with it, because since in Europe, gun ownership has always been heavily regulated, and the state always had a monopoly on power and on violence in this regard. A police officer with a weapon, equipped with a weapon, has in the general public and in the general low-level thug instills a bigger dread than in America, where everybody can have a gun.
Yeah.
Because guns are
right now.
Come again.
Oh, I said I'm wearing a 357 right now.
It's always
everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
I gotta run, so have fun and good time tonight.
Yeah, no,
Have fun, take care.
We'll kill it here, and we'll see what happens before next week. If nothing happens, then I don't know. We might pump it, but something always happens every week. So,
no, like I said,
I'm still interested in your other games. So,
okay, doke. Well, have fun.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm
gentlemen.
Keep going on this mini because I'm liking how this one's turning out.
Well, you keep doing that. I'm gonna go take the dog before he decides to eat a hole in my door. So,
take care, easy. Take care, guys. It was fun talking with you.
See you all next time.
Fucking
Next time.